Dan Day.
It is time to freak out. If you're a Panthers fan, it is time to freak out. If you're a Heat fan, don't freak out. It's okay. Panthers, though, tonight, for the first time since 1996, going to be playing for Lord Stanley Cup. They're going to be in Vegas, baby. The Heat tomorrow night, game 2 of the NBA Finals in Denver, down 1-0. We're going to be breaking down both games and so much more throughout the day. I am Dan Day with my cousin, Vladimir Louison. We're going to be with you till 4 o'clock. If you are a Panthers fan, and I'm hoping you are like we are, it's time to freak out. Enjoy. Get excited. It's like waking up Christmas morning right before you get downstairs, or Hanukkah, one of the days, and going downstairs, or Kwanzaa, going downstairs right before you go downstairs, or right before you enter the living room, or right before you get to the Christmas tree. It's that exciting moment, like what's going to be there? What presents are going to be there? What great gifts from Matthew Tkachuk, Sergei Bobrovsky, Paul Maurice, Alexander Barkov are we going to get? Could it be a sweep? Could it be a gentleman's sweep? Will it go to 7? Let's freak out. Let's get excited, Vlad. It's okay. Woo! Now, conversely, if you're a Heat fan, hey, no, let's not freak out. Someone had to be up 1-0 after the first game. You went into Denver, top-seeded, well-rested, and undefeated at home. Okay, maybe you didn't have the best showing. Now it's time to adjust. All you wanted to do was get 1 in Denver. That's still on the table. So nobody freak out if you're a Heat fan. But if you are a Panthers fan, go ahead, freak out. It's cool. We're cool with that. We are live on 560 WQAM in South Florida. You can also
Why
go to
would
the Odyssey
Panthers
app.
fans freak out? They're excited.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Freak out. Let's get excited. Let's go crazy.
Yeah, it's not freak out. It's like,
No,
just
we're
get
freaking
excited.
out, man. Let's freak out. Let's go crazy. Woo!
Freak out is like, no, you mean just get excited.
No, we're freaking out, baby.
Freaking out, no, wrong. You're using the wrong term, bro. That's
No.
not freaking out. That's excitement. You're not freaking out.
I'm
for
freaking
excitement.
out, baby. Getting wild, getting crazy, throwing bottles, smoking spliffs. I was going to say something else, but let's freak out. Let's go wild. It's okay to get overexcited right now. It's okay. Heat fans, cool, collected, calm. Game was the game. It's in the past. Like I said, isn't the whole goal, Vlad, to get 1 in Denver? It is the first game 1 loss we've had all postseason. That's a little nerve-wracking. And, Denver kind of outplayed you. Bam really played good, too. I'll be the first to admit. I always say the Bam barometer. That did not go into effect the past 2 games because he didn't play that great in Game 7. We still won. And he played absolutely wonderful in Game 1, and we still lost. So maybe it's not so much Bam. We got to look at Jimmy now. Jimmy barometer.
You're not going to win if your best players don't play well.
What did Jimmy have? 13? 13. 7-7.
Yeah, he was 6 for 14.
The biggest glaring issue, 2 free throws to their 20 free throws. Whoo.
Oh, when you're taking open 3-pointers and missing, you're not driving to the basket.
Yeah, I saw some of the big bricks that were going down, and I was like, wow, this is not our night from 3. And we've really relied on that 3 to give us this push throughout the playoffs. You're not hitting those threes. It's going to be hard to beat those teams. Now, of course, you can call and text in 305-567-0560. We're going to be breaking down both games throughout the day. If you're a Heat fan, no worries just yet. Let's see what happens tomorrow night in Game 2. Let's steal that game, and all of a sudden, you're right back where you need to be. You got 1-1 on the road. Hard place to get that 1, too. You're coming home to the Kaseya Center, where hopefully you can take care of business. Panthers, I don't think they're so much worried about the rust, and also being on foreign ice, as we might say. I'm using a lot of strange words you probably noticed today, Vlad. Foreign ice, freaking out. I can see you're not down with all that craziness today, but I'm 3 cups in of coffee, bro. Feeling good.
You feeling good?
You gonna keep me in check like the true family members we are?
Yeah, I don't think so, bro. You shouldn't be feeling good.
Why shouldn't I be feeling good? I'll tell you this, Vlad, if you're watching right now on the YouTube or the Twitch page, I slept. I was in bed kind of funny last night, and I got a really bad crick in my neck. So I'm really, really stiff right now. So when I look over at you, it's going to be like, don't take it as me being disrespectful. Like, it's more like, dude, my neck really, really hurts. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm guessing I'm going to have to go to Jensen's liquor store, get a couple of prestige beers from Haiti, and maybe
that always works.
Go see my man, Manny, and Don Julio. Because I don't like taking traditional medicine. I don't like taking the aspirins and the bear and all that stuff. I don't even know what it's called. I like to just heal my own way, but my neck is rough. Here, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work. Do you want to give me a massage, Vlad? You good for that?
No.
Oh, okay, I was just wondering. I figured that was the answer. 305-567-0560 is the number. Vlad, while I work out my neck a little bit, can you please play back the week that was here in South Florida with our montage?
Game 7. Horford in Celtic green. Adabaya in the road black. Foster with the rock in the air.
I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since you're pretty, soon as you came in the door.
It's Inter Miami in the black with pink trim from left to right. It's Montreal in the gray and blue from right to left, and we're underway from Saputo Stadium.
She remixing for low. She my track queen, let her hit the bando.
And for the Marlins, it is Edward Cabrera on the hill today, hoping for the good, sharp Edward. We've seen it at times in the 11 starts so far, coming off a no decision against the Angels Saturday.
Hit the strip club, we be letting fans go.
Welcome to the NBA Finals. The Heat is on the radio. Miami Heat is championship round.
Here at Drive Pink Stadium, we are ready to get underway. And there's the whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. The Red Bulls with the ball moving from left to right. And the all pink of Inter Miami defending the goal to the right.
Extremely invested, so I don't lose any sleep by saying, you know what, Denver Nuggets, why don't we wait 48 years? Not 47, so.
Yeah, there's an excitement now, and they're looking forward to get on the road, just get it going. It's kind of been here a while, but the ice was good today and 2 days ago. They're enthusiastic about being out there. Lots of jump.
As the Eastern Conference Championship belongs to the Heat. 103-84 the final.
There's the final whistle. Montreal holds on for the 1-0 victory at home.
And the struggles continue, Phil, for Phil Neville and Inter Miami, dropping to last in the East.
In these 2023 NBA Finals, they have won all 4 of their game ones this postseason, all here at Ball Arena. They came in the first 3, outscoring their opponent by an average of 17. And they'll win this one by 11.
Costas, and that is going to do it. The final whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. And a few more boos and whistles from the crowd here at Drive Pink. 1-0 to the Red Bulls.
Come for me. You know, if you're unhappy, hit the manager. Don't go for one of my boys. Don't go for one of my young kids, because that hurts. That's personal.
3-2, bouncer toward third. Segura across the diamond. It's a Marlins win. Shut out the Oakland A's 4-0. Nice 3-hit night with a home run for Jesus Sanchez. And the Marlins win this one 4-0.
Money out of sight towards fights. Put up or shut up.
Try to end on a positive note with the montage right there. My girlfriend got a win last night. Had a good night. That's why I got a crick in my neck. Me and my girl shutting teams out. Felt good. Real quick, Vlad, Man City or Man U? Which of you are a fan of in Premier League?
Fortunately, I'm a Man U fan.
Ooh. Took one on the chin today in the Derby. FA Cup goes to Man City.
Yeah, Man City's been one of the best clubs over the last 5-7 years, and they have a chance to do the treble.
Yeah, the treble could happen. So they have won Premier League. They have now won the FA Cup, and now they can win Champions League if they defeat Inter Miami. So we'll see what happens right there. Not Inter Miami. I wish it were Inter Miami. Inter Milan. But wouldn't it be cool if Inter Miami were in the Champions League final? Would it be cool
if Inter Miami has a coach?
It'd be cool just to score a goal at this point, man. We got no coach. We've got no goals. We're in last place. Let's get to some headlines, Vlad. I got a bad neck. I got you corrected my English and my usage of words. It's getting rainy outside. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's over. It's over.
Nope.
Man.
Things are about to get better. The Panthers.
You better. They better tonight.
They open the Stanley Cup Finals tonight, 8:00 against those Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas is a 1.5 goal favorite. To that I say, ha! Ha! See that 1.5 right there on 4 and ice tonight.
Dude, I don't even know how the Panthers look. It's been such a long time since they played.
I forgot who plays for the Panthers. I'm joking. Man, it's all about Sergei Bobrovsky coming out there and staying red hot. We're going to give a little Panthers preview later in the show. Paul Maurice spoke with the media, and we're just going to kind of try to break down everything that has happened there. The Heat, they fell to the Nuggets 104-93. Bam Adebayo led the team with 26 and 13, while Nikola Jokic was Nikola Jokic. Although he only had 4 shots at halftime, finishes with 27, 14, and 10.
Efficiency, baby.
Yeah, I know, man. Game 2 is tomorrow night at 8:30. The Nuggets look like the Nuggets. The Heat look like an 8 seed. That's about it, Vlad.
Nuggets even look like the Nuggets.
I don't know. They looked all right to me. They were.
That's the thing. They even look like the way they can look.
Right.
They scored only 104 points.
That's true. Yeah.
That was their first game back for a long vacation as well.
That's true. Yeah. They had a little bit of rust right there.
Yeesh.
I was actually watching the game at a restaurant called Strata in the Gables. Thank God there was a TV on, man. The food was so good, but the TV, and I kind of prolonged the meal until we got down by 20. Then I was like, all right, like let's go take a walk. I can't take this anymore.
Don't let the heat stop you from enjoying a good meal, man.
No. I got that Italian food. I had some gnocchi. You like gnocchi?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can't lie, it is pretty darn good. But Strata, that was a great place, but not for Heat games. I have to try like Green Street next time down there in the Gables. Maybe I'll change my luck tomorrow night, but I'm gonna be working here, so we'll get the win. 1-1. Is that all you wanted, Vlad? If you're the Heat, 1-1.
I mean, if that's the Heat, not me. I don't care about don't ask me. But if you're a Heat fan, yeah, you just want to get a split,
and especially there with the elevation, with them undefeated, with their record lifetime wise,
something was gonna have to give. Heat's won every game one on the road, and the Nuggets haven't lost a game one at home. So something was gonna have to give. Nuggets won.
Yep.
The Nuggets won. If you're a Heat fan, you got to feel, look, we hit some open shots. This would be a different it would be a different ball game.
You got to make those wide open shots. We're going to break that down next, Vlad. We're going to talk about what the Heat need to do to get game 2. NFL insider Bill Barnwell ranked all 32 teams' off-season's moves, and they ranked the Dolphins with the second best offseason, right behind the Washington Commanders. And the reason the Washington Commanders are number 1 was basically because they got new ownership. That's the main reason.
Yeah, I don't. Barnwell's sometimes he just wants to be a whatever.
Yeah,
he wants to be funny with it. Thinks he's funny. Come on. He has the Jets as number 23.
I know. We're going to break that down later in the show, too. I sent you the link.
That's A-Rod hate. That's all. He doesn't like A-Rod. That's all.
Goodness. The Marlins defeated the A's 4-0 last night. My main man, Brian De La Cruz, went 2 for 4, while Edward Cabrera pitched 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk. The two play again today at 4:10. You and I are trying to go to the game. My dude Nathan hit me up like, y'all need tickets? I said, man, we don't get off till 4, so we can't race out there. That'd be just a little too much. But we're going to make a Marlins game soon, man. My girl, she's looking all right. I mean, beating up on duds, but that's okay. Hey, look,
I was disappointed. They should have swept the Padres. I was claiming sweeping of the Padres, and they could have won the series.
They should have almost won the series, and then they got beat 10-1 in the last game. That one was a little bit rough. Kick times and coverage for 4 Miami Hurricanes football games have been announced. The season starts September 1st, 7 p.m. against Miami of Ohio, and that'll be aired on ACC. A lot of people don't know this, but whoever wins that game gets to call themselves just Miami. So if Miami wins, we call ourselves Miami, which we will. But if Miami of Ohio wins, then we'll have to go by Miami of Miami. It's going to be tough. Don't correct me on that one, please don't. Miami, Texas A&M, September 9th, 3:30 on ABC. The game against Bethune-Cookman is a Thursday night, September 14th game, 7:30, of course, on ACC Network. And Boston College, Black Friday, Boston College, November 24th, noon, ABC. The Corals Gables Regional is off and running. The Canes defeated Maine 9-1. Texas down Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns 4-2. So Miami and Texas will do battle tonight at 6. Following 2 1-0 losses in a row, Inter Miami has sacked coach Phil Neville. Javi Morales is interim coach, and tonight he will lead the Herons as they take on DC United at 7:30. You and I kind of predicted this, Vlad. And especially when you lose 1-0 to 2 very bad teams, Montreal, and then you do it to the New York Red Bulls, and you do that at home, and the supporters groups are hanging banners, Vice City 1896 represent. hanging banners saying, Phil Neville needs to be out. He didn't help his case, losing 2 games to bad teams 1-0 and not really getting a lot of shots on goal, especially against Montreal. Leo Campana misses a penalty kick. Can't really blame him for that. Just nothing going right there, Vlad. You and I kind of predicted it. We did have Joe Malfa, our dude on last week, and he was wrong about everything. He's like, the favorable matchups. Joe, we love you, but you were wrong about everything. Favorable matchups, Phil Neville, he's going to be okay. That's a tough one right there, Joe. We love you, though. The Dolphins have signed 3 of their 4 rookies to contracts, running back Devon Achane, tight end Elijah Higgins, and O-lineman Ryan Hayes. Corner Sam Smith remains unsigned. In round 3 of the French Open, let's give it up. Vlad, you agree, our favorite tennis player, Coco Gauff, defeated Mira Andreeva in 3 sets. Is Coco Gauff your favorite?
Yeah. Well, now that Naomi's having a kid,
right.
She,
it was neck and neck with Coco and Naomi, but Naomi's taking care of some things.
Naomi's,
take your time.
Cardi got Cardi and her are about to welcome a baby in the world, so it's it's nice. But yeah, it's all about Coco right now.
And the Big 12 has no plans to expand now, but in the future will keep their options open to adding more teams to the conference. I think Miami's safe. I think the ACC is strong enough. Eventually, one day though, Vlad, we'll have SEC, ACC, Big 12, and Pac, whatever, the numbers don't count, but Pac-12. Am I correct? There's going to be 4 conferences, and that's it.
It's probably going to be, it should be 4. It's probably going to be 2, bro. It's going to be 2 major
SEC, Big 10. I forgot about the Big 10. So SEC and Big 10 one day.
Yeah.
I left the Big 10 out, which is the second strongest conference behind the SEC. It'll just be SEC and Big 10, and then there'll be sub-conferences within those conferences.
It's going to be very interesting.
Why not do that?
How many teams are in these conferences right now? And if they're only going to play 8, like what 8 is it? Are you going to schedule like if you're Alabama, you're going to schedule Georgia, LSU? You going to schedule hard games, or can you not just live off the fact that you can schedule like the Mississippi and Ole Miss of the world? Because Texas and Oklahoma are joining.
Yeah, I know SEC is getting rid of divisions. They're going to keep 2 common opponents every year, like rival opponents every year. You have to play like LSU and Alabama.
How are we going to figure out who's what? The rankings?
It just rotates. It's just going to be like a rotating
No, but the
schedule.
rankings. Like what if
Yeah.
What if Auburn finishes 8-1 in Alabama? Well, no, because they'll probably have to play each other. But just say that there's no divisions.
Top 2 teams.
If Florida,
the top 2 teams are going to the
there's going
championship.
to be 2 teams that might not play each other. That
there's going to have to be tiebreakers. And
that's what I'm saying. What are the tiebreakers? Is it going to be your rankings, your national, your poll rankings?
Maybe points or opponents' schedules, opponents' records. I don't know the exact thing, but
I'd rather the divisions, bro.
If I get backdoored out of a SEC or even an ACC championship for Miami or LSU, I'm going to be upset. Rightfully so.
I think that's the reason why you have to extend the college playoffs.
And they will. I mean,
you have to. That's the reason why.
That's a no-brainer. Eventually, it's going to be like a huge tournament, 16 teams, something like that, which, you know what? Like all things, at first, you're kind of kicking and screaming, but in the end, you get used to it and you say, all right, it's cool. Let's calm down a little bit real quick, and let's take a step into the day spa. Yes, indeed. A British man with a license plate that simply reads naked jumped out of his car the other day, naked, and filled up with gas.
Okay.
Practice what you preach, man. Hey.
He lives what he lives.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of nudity, unless it's in front of kids. And then there's no place for that.
I don't want to see no naked man, bro.
That's true. Words to live by today. I don't want to see no naked man, dude. Very good, Vlad. Up next, we're going to talk about what the Heat need to do to get Game 2 in Denver. This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Breaking news from AM
Little Saturday sports day for you here on 560 WQAM. I am Dan Day. My cousin Vladimir Louison has joined me as always, getting you ready for Panthers. Vegas night, Golden Knights tonight, 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, Heat, Denver Nuggets, game 2. Of course, Denver up 1-0 in that series. Whew, the Heat really need to steal this game because Denver, like Vlad said, didn't exactly look like Denver, but still took care of business pretty easily, pretty handily. Our guy Chapo, that has jumped in on the Twitch and YouTube live, just look for 560 WQAM, says, fun fact, every time the Heat have won the NBA championship, they've lost game 1 of the finals. So there is hope right there.
And here's another fun fact. 2 of the 3 finals that they've lost, they've also lost game 1 of the NBA finals.
That's a good fact also.
Okay.
Touche. Very much touche. So doesn't help to lose game 1, but you got to go out there and get game 2. You get game 2, you've done exactly what you wanted to do. Get one in Denver, which is a very hard place to get one. No one in this postseason has gotten one in Denver. Looking for Denver maybe to have a little bit of letdown. Looking for the Heat to maybe hit a few more threes. My main thing is this. The Heat need to be more aggressive. They need to attack Nikola Jokic. You got to cut the Dragon's head off. Got to cut its heart out.
I mean, you did. Bam had 27, 28 shots.
Jimmy Butler needs to get after it. Go after Nikola Jokic. He might get some blocks. Hey, he's an okay defensive player. We're not taking that away, but if you can get him in a little bit of foul trouble, cut off the head of the Dragon.
How do you attack Jokic when he's not guarding Jimmy? They're not going to put Jokic on Jimmy.
Yeah, but Jimmy can get around, and Jokic is probably near the goal.
He's not getting around anybody right now.
Well, he had a tough game.
Jimmy's been getting blocked by guys. The pump fake, the guys they're staying down. They're not biting on the fake, and Jimmy's got to do something now. He's got to do something different.
Got to figure it out. Got to find a way to be more aggressive than just getting 2 free throws. And I know some people are saying the fix is on.
And it was Haywood Highsmith that got the free throws.
I know. But like, get that out of here with the fix is on and the referees.
Oh, no. There was no fix.
There is no fix there.
No, if you're a Heat fan, right?
You weren't aggressive.
You watch game 1. There is no way you should be upset with the officiating.
No.
Yeah.
And
the team is open 3-point. Well, you know what's funny? The Heat finally felt like how other teams felt going against the Heat. Like, remember watching the series? If you're Milwaukee, you're like, man, we miss open 3-pointers. Knicks, they played zone because they just didn't believe in the Knicks outside shooting. Against Boston, they did the same thing. You can't do that against this team.
No.
You can't play zone in that.
No. This is a team that's a zone buster waiting to happen, whether it be Michael Porter Jr., whether it be Jamal Murray, whether it be Nikola Jokic. The guy can play any spot on the court and do it very, very well. Bam Adebayo, look, give him his flowers.
I like the aggression. I like the aggressiveness.
He met the challenge. He knew he was going against the best player in the league, and he met the challenge. And I give Bam credit. He was aggressive. He played well. Jimmy, not so much. But this is the other thing. If you're a Heat fan, it's not all is lost. You had a lot of good looks, and maybe that's the reason why you only got 2 free throws. You got a lot of good looks, and you just did not make shots.
Threes, bro.
You got to make those shots. You got to make those shots in a regular game, much less in an NBA Finals. How can you coach that? There's nothing you can coach about it. You just got to make them. I saw Duncan Robinson brick one off the backboard.
Yes,
wide
an open one.
Wide open.
What's wrong with this guy? This guy's been missing a lot of open 3-point looks.
A lot of guys.
Clean ones.
They were looking at the stats, and they were saying their percentage for wide open, not just threes, but wide open threes was terrible. And it's 20s. You got to hit the shots. You got to be aggressive. Jimmy, I hate to say it. He did not look very good the other night. And I know he didn't play that much in the end because they're getting blown out by 20, whatever. No. Haywood Highsmith was more impressive than Jimmy Butler. Are you kidding me? You can't have that. And I know it's game 1. And I know 7-game series, maybe you're a little tired, maybe you're a little emotionally drained. The Denver Nuggets, definitely a little bit rusty, but at the same time. So we're telling you, you got to hit the open shots. You hit the open shots, Vlad, you're feeling good, right? You might even be able to steal one if you hit most of your wide open shots that professionals should be making.
I think the most disheartening thing I heard was in the first half, second quarter. The Heat have hit 6 or 7 consecutive baskets. And then you looked at the score, they were still down by 6.
Yeah.
Do you know how bad it is if you hit 6 consecutive possessions you scored, and all you did was cut the lead down to 6?
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough right there.
That's tough.
Denver had their way with us. That was one of those things. They were the better team in game 1. Now you have to match that and be the better team in game 2. You get the win. You're feeling good. A lot of people calling for Kevin Love. It could be some time to
you
show
know what?
love. And I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't either, Dan Day, because here's the thing, Cousin. They're a big team. They're a long athletic team. And if you're not, you can't put Cody Zeller. I'm sorry, those Cody Zeller minutes should go to Kevin Love.
Mhm.
And excuse me, he gives you something that Zeller can't, which is outside shooting.
He stretches the court.
That's it.
You get Nikola Jokic out of his comfort zone, or at least somewhat. And
Get him out of the paint. And here's the other thing: the outside shooting. Because when you go to zone, you leave open to offensive rebound. But Kevin Love is one of the greatest rebounders the game has ever seen. You need some of those rebounds and maybe easy outlet passes. Because even though Denver's better, but they're not a great defensive team.
No.
Miami miss open threes. Miami's gonna get their looks, and if they knock them down, we should be seeing some high scoring game.
Mhm.
But I think you need to put Kevin Love in just to be able to stretch the floor. Maybe give Jimmy more lanes, more space for him to dive in, to drive and get inside the heart of the defense. But they didn't play well as well. That's the thing. Like, yeah, Miami didn't play well and they lost. Denver didn't play well and they won.
Yeah. This is the thing. Kevin Love, he's not the magic fix-all, be-all, but I will tell you some of the things that he could possibly do. I'm not going to say this is what he's going to do, but what he possibly does is he gets Jokic out of the middle, opens up the lane a little bit. He gives you the three-point threat. He does give you size against Jokic because, like they said, you're not going to stop Jokic altogether. Just throw some size at him.
No, you're not.
But also what Kevin Love brings, championship experience.
Yeah, okay.
I mean it's better than nothing.
It's something. Any other thing, guys? Your role players didn't play as good as their role players.
Nope.
So when your star players
didn't play as good as their star players.
Bam,
Bam.
But when your superstar doesn't play good,
the leader of your team,
that's tough, especially when their leaders did.
Yep.
And their role players, Michael Porter Jr., KCP, Bruce Brown, they played better than Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, and Gabe Vincent. No, I'm not going to take
I would say Gabe Vincent played pretty well.
Caleb Martin, and Duncan.
Max Strus, there is no excuse to have 0 points. 0 points in 21 minutes. There is no excuse for that. Kyle Lowry, hey man, pretty good. 11 points. Haywood Highsmith, 18 points. Goodness gracious. Duncan Robinson.
And you ruined that. You lost that game.
And man, we caped up for Caleb Martin, saying he's the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hey, you know what? I know it's not the wrong time to have the first bad game in a while. But I'm gonna give him a pass, bro.
I'll give him a pass for what he did in the Eastern Conference Finals. But now it's time. Get refocused. Get on out there. Get it done. Gabe Vincent, 19 points again. Just playing unconscious. That man is going to get paid, but right now he's worried about winning. Another thing, though, for the Heat, a lot of people saying, whispers. Vlad, whispers. Do you hear the whispers? Do you hear them?
No.
Whispers. Game 2. Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero could be coming back, baby.
You need a hero.
We need someone to make some threes.
You need a hero in the middle of the night.
I don't know if turn into a guy with a broken hand that hasn't played all the playoffs is your answer for all the missed threes, but whispers.
Bonnie Tyler Hero right now. That's what you need. You guys need a hero.
We need a hero. Would you say hero in the middle of the night? He's got to be strong. And he's got to be fast. And he's got to be.
He's got to be able to hit a three.
I think relying on Tyler. I mean, you couldn't shoot much worse from wide open threes than we did last game. But I don't know if Tyler Hero is the answer.
No, I think this is a great series for Tyler. There's no defense that's going to be really played. Denver's giving you open looks. You just got to knock them down.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's simple as this. Look, get refocused. Game 1 in the past. Make some open threes. That's not a lot to ask if you're asking me. Be a professional and make some open threes and be aggressive. Maybe get Kevin Love in there. Pull out Jokic a little bit. Give Jimmy some room to roam. You got to believe Jimmy is not going to be the Jimmy Butler we saw last game. He's going to be playoff Jimmy next game. No reason to panic. No reason to freak out. You're okay.
Last time you said that, Game 6 happened. And
yeah.
He wasn't that great for 3/4 of Game 6 against the Celtics. So, I know Jimmy started great. The ankle injury, we don't know, carrying a lot of weight of this team, like carrying a lot of the burden of the team. Maybe he's 33.
Starting to feel it.
Starting to feel it right now.
It's been a long couple seasons. You know, when LeBron James would always say it, like these long postseason runs take your toll after year after year after year. And Jimmy's had some of that going last year, or one game away from the NBA Finals. This year, NBA Finals, having to carry the team at points. He's had the ankle. He's getting older. People are starting to kind of figure him out a little bit. Those pump fakes aren't as easy as they used to be because the book is out and the book is more complete than ever. But if you're a Heat fan, feel okay. Kevin Love can get in there, maybe give you some different looks, give you some stretch, make some big threes, be more aggressive. You have to feel as though you're going to get more than 2 free throws. Eric Spoelstra is going to find a way. And Jimmy, just be Jimmy. First game jitters out of the way. I don't expect Jamal Murray or Nikola Jokic to take a step down. Just expect them. Jokic is going to give you the triple-double, whether Heat Nation likes him or not. For whatever reason, they like him or not, you got to respect him. Jamal Murray is a bucket. He's going to continue to give you that. You got to slow down guys like Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. Aaron Gordon had 16 points. Michael Porter Jr. had 14.
Aaron Gordon gets the Bill Cartwright, Luke Longley points.
Yep.
He gets you 10, 12 points early. He's going to finish with like 16 and 18. But guess what? Those first 10, 12 points will help him play good defense and feel like he's part of the team. And he's in the flow of the offense. He's just in the flow of the game. But dude, he's a former slam dunk champion.
Right.
Was he a former?
No, he never won the championship. Remember, he lost.
He's like
Derek Jones Jr. with the whole Dwayne.
He lost
Wade
with Derek
date.
Jones, and then he lost to Zach LaVine. But I mean, this is one of the most athletic guys in the league.
But
right?
isn't it amazing? Aaron Gordon, known as just a dunker, how amazing it is that when you get a point guard or a guy who knows how to facilitate, how much better it makes you. Now all of a sudden,
got 2 points, but it's like you got 2 guards. The tallest guard in Jokic, and Jamal Murray also finished with a double-double. You got Michael Porter Jr., who's always getting open looks, and his thing is, I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. KCP, this is a complete team that you're going against.
I was going to say that this is what scares me. Condavious Caldwell-Pope, 7 points, 36 minutes. You know there's going to be one game in this series where he goes off, and it's going to be the KCP game. Come on, Heat. Let's tough it out. Let's get
their role players are superstars in their role.
They got great role players, unbelievable role players. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Excellent. Their bench is short as hell, man. Bruce Brown did okay. Other than that,
Uncle Jeff
Green, old man, give you 11 minutes, 4 points. Denver's good, and they're really good at home, not just in this postseason, undefeated, but throughout their whole history. The Heat say that's not an issue. All you got to do, win one more. And, of course, we're going to find out tomorrow night. 8:30 is going to be the tip. Up next, though, Vlad, we're going to get into some of the stuff that we liked over the past 24 hours or the past 48 hours here in the South Florida sports world and the world in general. That is next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Oh, yeah. I'm with this.
Saturday, fun day here on 560 WQAM. This is Sports Day. Of course, you can listen to us on 560 WQAM, the Odyssey app around the world. And you can watch us live on YouTube and Twitch. Just type in 560 WQAM. Real quick, what we're going to do, take a look around the world and see what we like. Oh, man, so much good stuff going on in this world. Going to want to start, though, close to home. Our guys, the Miami Marlins. They got a big win, and it wasn't just a big win for the Miami Marlins against the worst team in all of baseball. It was a big, big day for one of our guys.
Drove
Jesus Sanchez
into the gap in right center field as Jesus Sanchez hits a high drive, pretty deep left field. Bladay's going back. He's looking up. It's gone. Jesus Sanchez goes deep here at the bottom of the first inning, and the Marlins jump out to a 2-0 lead.
They would win the game 4-0. Jesus Sanchez 3 for 4 with that home run and 2 RBIs. Always feel good when the Marlins win. They are 30-28, beating up on an Oakland A's team that is 12-47, historically bad. And you get another game today. Vlad, what did you like?
I like Jimmy and Bam talking about the altitude and the team's confidence, and he feels good. Here's Jimmy talking about how he felt after game one.
Felt great. I think everybody felt great.
Great.
Missed some shots, didn't get back a little bit, but overall, I feel like everybody's win was good. Everybody was moving well. We just lost the game.
I don't know about great.
I mean, he felt good. He said he felt good, so let him say that he felt good. You rather him say that he felt good than he's not feeling good, then you would definitely be panicking.
Yeah, you do like the confidence right there, and let's just stay the course. Someone had to win game one. They won game one. Not an easy place to play. They are the number 1 seed. They're undefeated at home. Feel good. Hey, let that good feeling roll on into game number 2.
And Bam, clearly the altitude didn't affect Bam because he was shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't think that was a part of the game anyway. I mean, I didn't even think about the altitude until you just said it. But the biggest thing is I just feel like we just missed open shots. We took care of the ball. We got it where it was supposed to go. We just missed shots today.
I love it.
He's right.
I like it, yeah. And also, that's Heat culture right there. No excuses. We're not going to sit here and say the altitude made a difference, especially after the numbers he put up. I'm not going to say game 7, our legs are tired, they're fresh. No, we missed shots. It really is. That really was what lost the game for the Heat, was missing those shots, Vlad. Missing those shots and not being aggressive. That's the reason you lost. It's not because Denver outplayed you. It's not because of the altitude. It's not because of the rest versus rust. It is because you did not make wide open shots. I know you might say your legs are tired. I don't know about that. And the altitude messes with it. No, you missed shots and you weren't aggressive. Bam basically said that in a nutshell right there. And you have to respect him, especially after the game that he had. Do you feel as though Bam can continue this trend, though, and play hot throughout this whole entire NBA Finals?
He's never shown us the consistency of doing that. So I don't know, but if he's going to have that mindset, that's the only way I really feel like they're going to win. He and Jimmy are going to have to combine for like 55 points combined in order just to be competitive against this team. I'm sorry, it's not I want to be pessimistic or anything like that. You just looked at that team. You looked at Denver, how they closed out against Phoenix and how they swept the Lakers. And you're looking at them, they were like, all right, this is probably the most complete team Miami's going to face in this entire playoffs. And you saw game 1. And even though you saw that Miami missed a lot of open shots and Jimmy didn't play better and Jimmy can play better and all of that, you also got to look at the other side. They didn't play well either. They're better than that.
They are better than that. I will give them credit for it. And they were up by 20 at one point.
And they were up by 20. That's the nasty part. That's nasty.
I'll tell you, that's what I left the restaurant, Strata, in the Gables. I said, okay, I've seen enough. I've faked enough like I've been talking to people and I'm ready to go. But yeah, you do bring up a good point. But I will give you the silver lining with Bam playing like that. If Bam could play like that, night in, night out in these NBA Finals, you figure Jimmy's going to get back into being playoff Jimmy. You figure you can't miss that many wide open threes again. Have to feel okay, to say the least. Feeling okay after that game.
I don't think you're.
Isn't that what everybody expected from game 1?
Well, Denver's got to win. I mean, if Denver loses a game in any of these first 2 games,
hit the panic
buttons in Denver.
Yeah.
then everybody's gonna be on Miami's bandwagon, and that's it.
Keep-
But Denver wins. All you got to look at it. All right, Miami. All right, Heat fans. They did what they were supposed to do. I don't get panic if you're down 0-2 and you haven't played the game at home. That team did what they were supposed to do.
I was going to ask you, if you are a Heat fan and you go down 0-2 and game 2 plays out pretty much like game 1. No panic yet.
No panic yet.
I'm going to hit the panic button.
Panic hits
Vlad,
game 3.
Vlad, I'm going to hit the panic button if you go down
Why?
0-2 and both games look very similar.
Okay, so then you can look at it as one team's been rested and the other team is still recovering from a long ass, what could have been a history-making series. They had think about it, bro. They lost game 6 in one of the toughest ways to lose a game.
Gut-wrenching.
And they came back and beat the living crap out of Boston. Choked them out.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
So
I'm going to hit the panic button.
No, it's going to take a little bit to get off that euphoria.
Right. You are drained physically and emotionally.
Of that 7-game series. Yeah. You admit you missed open threes. And if you lose game 2, the same way you lost game 1, that you still missing open shots?
Yeah, it's the same way.
Then guess what? You're going home.
Okay.
Where those missed shots are going to be, those missed open shots will be made open shots.
Okay. This is why I'm hitting the panic button if game 2 is eerily similar to game 1. Number 1, you're developing patterns. Number 2, you're playing against a team pound for pound more likely better than you. They're better than you. Not saying that they're going to win the series, not saying that you can't beat them, but pound for pound, they are a better team than you are. Now you're down 0-2.
Yeah, but every team they played, maybe for the exception of my team, but I mean, the media would look at the Knicks were better. Every team they played, they were better than.
I agree.
The
I
other
agree.
team was better
but
than.
You never went down 0-2 in a series.
Well, okay. Well, hey, guess what? Things in life happen sometimes. All right. You also weren't expected to lose a 3-0 series lead, and you did that.
Did that. So that's just my reasoning behind hitting a panic button going down 0-2. Now, there's silver linings. It's in Denver.
Never.
They didn't play good. You didn't play. You definitely didn't play good if you lose those 2 games.
I wouldn't.
You're going home. You got to make these shots. Your role players got to play better. So, there's a silver lining, but I don't like going down 0-2. No, I mean, that's obvious, but if it plays out like that, that's, for me, reason to be very concerned.
I wouldn't be concerned.
Okay.
I wouldn't be concerned.
We'll agree to disagree. Let's talk about tonight, though. It's like Christmas, Kwanzaa, and Hanukkah all rolled into one. I'm so excited. It is almost that time, 8 o'clock. The Panthers taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Neither team has won a Stanley Cup before. The Panthers haven't been to one since 1996. And of course, everything is amplified as you go into the Stanley Cup Finals. Paul Maurice says, though, don't care about the extra media. We're sticking to our routine.
I'd like to think that there's some confidence, and I would say this is probably true of Vegas. Confidence is earned, and you've earned something if you're playing in the final. You've done it now at a very high level for 6 weeks. In our case, we had to start running that back in January, but we've played hard hockey for 6 weeks, so we have some confidence that we're going to be able to do that again. That is where I would like to think the calm comes from. We also have spent an awful lot of time about handling the day that we're living in. And there's days that we're going to get wound up, and that's game day. And then we're going to come right down from that on our off day. So even in this schedule here, we've made our practice days a little bit more. There's more energy from the coaches in terms of how you present your meetings. And then on the off days, we've everything from changing your tone, the length of the meeting, kind of day we want our players to experience. So we've staggered every second day, wind it up on our practice days, and mellow it out on our off days.
Sticking to the routine, I absolutely love it. I know, Vlad, you love Paul Maurice. Would you want anybody else to be saying, yeah, we're calm, we're cool, we're collected? He sounds like he's in a coma. He is so cool and collected right there.
Cannibal Lecter, baby.
I love it.
I love Cannibal Lecter.
He doesn't just talk. You believe it when he says, we're just going to be calm, cool, collected. We're going to stick to our routine.
I'm just waiting for him to say, Clarice. I'm just waiting for him to say that.
I ate his liver with some fava beans.
Yes, Sergey.
With a nice Chianti and some fava beans.
Shiv him with the stick.
He's gonna eat the Golden Knights. But
Matthew.
Doesn't that make you feel comfortable tonight? Like just hearing Paul Maurice talk with his cadence and his demeanor. And then he's just telling you, it's business as usual. We're just going to go out there. We're just going to play the game and just be fun, man. And then every once in a while, he'll throw in a dry sense of humor joke. And you just say, man, I like this team. Now, the experts have weighed in, and we're going to get to our Panthers preview, and it's kind of 50-50, a little more towards the Golden Knights. But hey, look, when you're an 8 seed, you're never going to get the, oh, yeah, they're going to take the series. Don't worry about that. But keep counting this team out. Keep counting this team out. Before we go, though, I want to end on something lighthearted. Vlad's apparently cracking his you-know-what up.
I'm sorry. I'm leading the Twitchers. You know I love Sergey. Like Sergey's,
He loves us, too.
He hates us so much that he loves us. So I love that he hates us. His hate for us is love. So I'm like, you know what? I'm talking to the guys in the chat. And I'm like, you know what? Game 2's tomorrow. I kind of want to go to a Heat watch party.
Uh-oh.
Like, I really do. I'm not working the rest of the week. Marcos is back, so I might do a Heat watch party tomorrow. Like, I'm trying to figure out where's the good one. And Mark, our boy Sergey. Sergey's always been telling me he's got tickets for Heat games or any South Florida event. All I got to do is meet him back door at the
And he gave you a code word. We're not going to share it on the air, but if you
gave me the code, that was what I was laughing at. He gave me the code word. I'm dying. I'm like, oh, this guy's funny, man.
It's going to go one of two ways. It's going to go really good when you go to that back door and use that code word. It's going to go really bad for you, Vlad. So keep me on the phone when you do it. Just so
definitely will.
I got the reinforcements because, I live right down the street from the Cheetah in Hallandale, so I can be there in a heartbeat. Whether it's good or bad, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Trust me.
Man, that was funny.
Sergey, good job right there. Real quick, though, want to leave on something that's kind of feeling good. You and I both love the Bounce Queen. Big Freedom! New song, Bigfoot. Let's hear it. Ooh, that trap beat right there. That's that bounce. Here it goes. Feeling that beat right there, Vlad? You bouncing?
Oh, that's definitely that's fun. That's the song I want to hear at Tootsie's.
That's it? Oh, man, that would be a Tootsie banger.
That would definitely be a Tootsie banger.
When you walk in there, after you say that code word, say, play me some Big Freedom, yo.
There you go.
Man, that's Tootsie's, that's Cheetah, that's all types of places. It's going to be packed. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild for not only the Panthers tonight, but the Heat tomorrow. And we're going to get you ready for it all next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Listen to WQAM for Cat.
It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
Going to ask you a question on this Saturday, June 3rd, 2023, Vladimir. There's only one right answer, too. I'm not asking this like hypothetical or, there's no wrong
answer.
There is a Vlad answer to this one.
Vlad
What are you more excited about? Tonight's game 1 between the Panthers and the Golden Knights, or tomorrow night game 2, Heat versus Nuggets? There's only one right answer.
That's a tough answer.
Right now.
Both.
No.
Oh, right now?
Right now.
Well, if you tell me right now, it's Saturday. So
Thank
it's
you.
got to be the Panthers.
Thank
You're
you.
saying right now.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to lead you a little bit, but yeah.
You're saying right now. Yeah, right now, because one game's only 7 hours away.
Yeah.
The other game is another 31.
And you still have hope of a sweep tonight, too. I'll tell you this. I don't want to ask you another question. Now, there is no right answer, but there is kind of one. Who do you feel is more the team of destiny to win the championship?
Panthers.
Okay. I didn't even have to ask. I was going to ask Panthers or Denver, but never mind. No, I'm joking. Panthers or Heat. Who do you feel? And I'm not just, okay, I'm going to agree with you on that also. I also agree that the Panthers are more of a quote unquote team of destiny. And it's not because now the Heat are down 1-0, but just the way the Panthers have done it through this playoffs, defeating a historical regular season Boston after going down 3-1. And you and I were at that game where they got down 3-1. And I was like, I'm out of here, Vlad. I don't know about all this.
Yeah, we didn't think there would be another game.
I was angry. You
know what might have been the best thing to happen to the Panthers?
Maybe.
Was that the Celtics had to play a game 5. So their game 5 against the Bruins was pushed an extra day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they win that game if it was played like with a day off in between. That 2 days off actually helped them, and they won overtime in game 5, and they haven't looked back since.
So then you go in and take on the Maple Leafs, and you gentlemen sweep them. You were up 3-0 in the series. You could have easily gone 4-0, but Toronto made a little push. Then you go in there in an historic 4 overtime, 6.5-hour game. You get Matthew Tkachuk getting you a game winner. Then you go against the Carolina Panthers in the second game of the series, another Matthew Tkachuk overtime winner. Then you win 1-0 simply because Sergei Bobrovsky was standing on not only his head, his helmet, and his you-know-what, and killed everything. And then you go in there, Matthew Tkachuk, 2-3 seconds left in the game, boom. That's why I feel like this is a team of destiny. I understand what the Heat did. They knocked off a very, very good number 1 seed in the Milwaukee Bucks. They beat what I thought was an okay team in the New York Knicks. Then they almost did some history with that 3-0 series lead, losing 4-3, but they didn't. And now you've lost the first game in Denver. It doesn't feel as though they're as destined. I don't know. I'm just going with the feel. Don't you feel as though the Panthers have a little more of fate and destiny on their side right now?
One team's beating 3 teams. They beat 3 teams that amounted over 110 points in the regular season.
It's crazy.
And the first team they beat is the team with the best record in regular season hockey history. Second team is a historic team.
Mm-hmm.
That also they gathered over 110 points, and they eliminated them in a gentleman's sweep. And then the third team might have been the second best team in the whole conference.
No might about it. We're the second best team in the whole conference. In the whole NHL, maybe I would even say that.
So, and they swept them in the weirdest sweep I've ever seen, because every game was 1 goal.
That was the closest sweep we have ever seen in, I think, any sport.
And they played an extra game.
Yeah.
So
it was a 5-game sweep.
It's a 5-game sweep. It was the first clean gentleman sweep in hockey history, where you played 5 games, you won them all.
How amazing were those Eastern Conference Finals? Number 1, you had the, like you said, first clean gentleman sweep of all time with all types of overtimes, all types of last-second goals, all types of craziness. And then on the other side, the Heat play a almost really historic series where they go up 3-0, 3-3 on a last-second shot, and then blow out the Celtics in game 4. Wow. We have been treated to some sports down here in South Florida. I like Matt. Matt on the Twitch page. I'm more excited about A's versus Marlins today. I left that one out. I'm sorry I omitted that one, Matt.
Hey, man, if the Marlins sweep the A's, that's, what we looking at? They still over above 500 here.
I know.
I'm shocked.
Wait till Atlanta comes to town.
That's in August. That's in August.
I'm just saying, anytime you get good momentum, Atlanta comes to town and you lose 4 in a row, and it's like, oh, but I'm gonna ride the high right now. Speaking of riding the high, let's ride a little montage and some of the stuff that happened over the week here in South Florida Sports Wise.
Game 7. Horford in Celtic green. Alabaya in the road blacks. Foster with the rock in the air.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Since you're pretty soon as you came in the door.
It's Inter Miami in the black with pink trim from left to right. It's Montreal in the gray and blue from right to left, and we're underway from Saputo Stadium.
She remixing for low. She my track queen, let her hit the bando.
And for the Marlins, it is Edward Cabrera on the hill today, hoping for the good, sharp Edward. We've seen it at times in the 11 starts so far, coming off a no decision against the Angels Saturday.
Hit the strip club, we be letting fans go.
Welcome to the NBA Finals. The Heat is on the radio. Miami Heat is championship ready.
Here at Dry Pink Stadium, we are ready to get underway. And there's the whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. The Red Bulls with the ball moving from left to right. And the all pink of Inter Miami defending the goal to the right.
I'm extremely invested, so I don't lose any sleep by saying, you know what, Denver Nuggets, why don't we wait 48 years, not 47? So,
Yeah, there's an excitement now, and they're looking forward to get on the road, just get it going. It's kind of been here a while, but the ice was good today and 2 days ago. They're enthusiastic about being out there. Lots of jump.
As the Eastern Conference Championship belongs to the Heat. 103-84 the final.
There's the final whistle. Montreal holds on for the 1-0 victory at home.
And the struggles continue, Phil, for Phil Neville and Inter Miami, dropping to last in the East.
In these 2023 NBA Finals, they have won all 4 of their game ones this postseason, all here at Ball Arena. They came in the first 3, outscoring their opponent by an average of 17. And they'll win this one by 11.
Costas, and that is going to do it. The final whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. And a few more boos and whistles from the crowd here at Drive Pink. 1-0 to the Red Bulls.
Come for me. You know, if you're unhappy, hit the manager. Don't go for one of my boys. Don't go for one of my young kids, because that hurts. That's personal.
3-2, bouncer toward third. Segura across the diamond. It's a Marlins win. Shut out the Oakland A's 4-0. Nice 3-hit night with a home run for Jesus Sanchez. And the Marlins win this one 4-0.
Money out of sight towards fights.
So that's a little bit of what happened in the week sports-wise in South Florida. Kind of some nastiness over at Dry Pink Stadium. It wasn't just the play of the Inter Miami Herons. It is the crowd not only booing Coach Phil Neville, but when he subbed his son, Harvey, into the game in the 88th minute, every time his son touched the ball, some of the fans started booing. I think Phil Neville said the right thing. Come at me. Don't come at the boys. They're working hard. The rest of the team kind of came out and stood behind their guy, Harvey, and said, look, boo us as a team. Don't boo us as individuals. We all went out there and stunk up the joint. Some people have come to me and said that's just classless. They can't be booing Harvey Neville simply because of his dad. I say it's not a great thing, but at the same time, when you're a professional athlete and you sign that contract, you're open to anything, Vlad. Did you take excessive offense to them booing Harvey and not Phil Neville or the whole team?
They're going to take it out.
Yeah.
They're going to take it out on their frustration. They're going to take their frustration on whoever. So It could have been, it just so happens that he just shares the same last name as the coach.
It's his dad.
That's his dad. So,
and this is my thing. If it was a college kid, maybe I'd say, all right, guys, come on, let's stop that. But these are professionals. You sign these contracts. That's part of your, and now people say, well, I didn't sign up for this. You did. You did. When you sign that professional contract, you sign up for a lot of things. You sign up to do media. I know one time Leroy Horde told me, you don't sign up to do media. That's part of your deal. That's part of your deal. You put up with the criticism, the media, and you might get booed. You might get stuff thrown at you. Is that right? No. Not always, but you can't sit there and cry and say, it's not his fault. Well, you know, those people are just terrible, wrong people. No, Who are they supposed to who are they supposed to boo? I mean, and I do like that, some of the guys did come out and say, boo us as a team. Just the whole time, the whole 2 minutes, just boo. Boo us out the stadium. Don't boo one individual player when he touches the ball. It's not his fault. In a way, they're right, and I like the solidarity, but at the same time, Harvey Neville is a professional.
They were going to
athlete.
take it on somebody who had Neville.
That
was it. They don't like they were frustrated with the coach. They're done with the coach. They were done with the coach. Remember last week we talked to Joe, and he was trying to, still hold support for Coach Neville, but the fan base was done with them. Done with him. So therefore, after that performance,
and 2 bad performances,
didn't matter.
Yeah.
You put that, they mentioned the name. You showed his face on the screen, on the scoreboard, anything. They were gonna boo. Now, it just so happened that you put your son in the game. That's their best way they're gonna boo and share their emotion.
Yeah. And like I said, when you're a professional athlete, you can't have it both ways. You can't be loved, and then when people hate you, them not say anything. It's part of the deal. It's ugly, it's nasty, but once again, it's part of the deal when you are a professional athlete. So I'm not totally upset with those that boo. I don't think there's any place to boo your home team, but then again, you have the right. And I think Harvey Neville and Phil Neville even said that. It's like, you do have the right to do that, and you pay good money and you support this team. And it wasn't just that Phil Neville wasn't getting that many results. The supporters groups have felt a little slighted by the organization over the past couple of years. I've talked to them and stuff. They feel as though they could have been paid a little more attention. They said Inter Miami has addressed it at points, but maybe it's just kind of come to a head. I think it was the right move for Inter Miami, not to get too deep into MLS soccer. I think it was the right move. When you've lost the fans, you've lost your hardcore fans, and they're asking, and you're not responding with those 2 stinkers, 1-0. That's one thing, Vlad. You lose 4-3. Hey, you and I get some goals. We could cheer about something. When you give us absolutely nothing to really cheer about, that's when there's a problem.
Especially when your goalie's playing his ass off, man.
Yeah. Poor Drake Callender. He's one of the top 3 goalies in MLS, and he's losing all over the place. 1-0.
You can't start off the season, winning the first 2
against good teams,
and you're one of the favorites to win the MLS Cup this year. Then you lose 6 in a row, and then you win. I mean, in Major League, in MLS, you won 3 in a row, but you, as a team, you won 5 in a row, and then you started losing 4 in a row again.
And like I said, not a lot of shots on goal, not a lot of offense generated. I mean, they did dominate time of possession, which kind of makes it worse that you dominated time of possession. You still didn't get any goals. Okay, let's talk about good things. The Panthers, they open the Stanley Cup Finals tonight at 8 against the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas is a 1.5 goal favorite. Some of my friends, they planned a trip to Vegas. That's not a bad place to go watch a Stanley Cup final right there, Vlad.
Oh, in June? Come on, man. It's perfect time. The pools are opening right now, the hotels. Oh, yeah.
Those tickets are ridiculous, though, for both finals. Did you see? I saw, you can go sit in the upper deck for the Panthers game 3 for, $450. That's the cheapest.
Yeah, I'll be sitting with a credential.
Thank you. The Heat obstructed view is $500. Yeah, I love my teams, and it would be fantastic to go to an NHL and a NBA final, but at that price, that's a lot, man. And if you are willing to pay that price, or you have that money, or you have just budgeted for it, kudos to you. You're a hardcore fan.
I might go to a Heat game there.
You might buy a little $500 ticket.
I might do that.
You think about going to see Kevin Hart possibly tonight and spending a couple hundred to go see him?
I was until the weather.
Yeah,
now the
weather.
weather's starting to clear up.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
I don't know how far to go tonight. I'm going to a housewarming party in my apartment complex, so I don't have to go outside.
Oh, that's even better.
But then we're supposed to go to the drum circle. They have a drum circle out on North Beach. I don't think that's going to happen tonight. Maybe we'll. Maybe we'll see. Gotta get that Jensen's liquor in me first.
That's absolutely true. I've had 2 weekends, man, where I've just shut it down really early. That's crazy.
Just feeling young. That's all.
Nah, I need to feel young again. I need to get back out in these streets again.
You might be a cheetah tonight.
Could I be a cheetah?
You could be.
I could be a cheetah.
You and Sergey living it up.
Nah, yeah, Sergey's trying to get me to go to Tootsie's tomorrow.
Man. Oh, it's Tootsie's. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know what back door you were going in, but I knew you were going.
I'm not going to
door.
any back door. Pause. I'm not going to anybody's back door.
They did follow the
Unless
Nuggets.
she allows me to.
Okay,
but,
there you go. Hey.
But tonight I got to do something tonight. It's
Saturday.
It's Saturday night. Here's the thing. You know what's messed up with these teams doing so well? It messes up it's messing up my private time.
My personal life is terrible.
My personal life. You watch the game. You think about it. You watch the game. It's a 1 goal. Watch tonight's hockey game, right? Should end around 11. 11 o'clock. You should be able to reload, maybe get home,
Maybe don't
freshen up,
21.
freshen up, and then you get. I can't do that. I
Nah,
can't do that.
you need to be here
If I get
tomorrow.
back home and freshen up, I'm going to bed.
I can only do one thing a day now. Now, back when I was in college and even, middle 20s, I could do 2, 3 things in a day. Not a big deal. Now, one thing in a day. I'll do it good. I'll do it hard. I'll do it right, but only one thing. One thing. Yeah, I can't rebound after the Panthers game. Can't go home, put some cologne on, maybe change my shirt, and then go out and party all night. That's too much, man. That's too much.
Nah, if I see my bed, I'm gonna lay in it.
I'll even go further than that. I'm on a 6-hour clock. From the first sip of alcohol I take, I'm on 6 hours. After 6 hours, I got to hit the hay. I got to go to bed. I can't go all night anymore unless I start at midnight. That's about it.
Getting old sucks, man.
The Heat sucked. They fell to the Nuggets 104-93. Bam Adebayo did not suck. 26 points, 13 rebounds, while Nikola Jokic also did not suck. Mr. Triple-double, 27 points, 14 assists, and 10 rebounds. That's one of those guys. How do you want to die to him?
So that's what I was about to ask you, Dan Cousin. How do you want to play Jokic? Do you just want him to go for 40, 50 and just doesn't get any assists? Or you're gonna live and die with that?
Go double team and he's just gonna pass his ass off to guys that could score all over the place. He's gonna get his triple-double. His rebounds too. He gets those little goofy tippy rebounds all over the place.
He doesn't have to move, bro.
No,
he's just bigger than everybody.
And for everybody that says he's a fat, out of shape bum,
I want to be that fat.
Well, I read an article where they said a couple of years back, he got in touch with his personal trainer and said, okay, that's it. I want to be the best player in the league. And the guy was like, you can be the best player in the league, but you're going to have to cut out beer and cookies and playing video games. And even your mom's cooking, you could have a bite or two when she comes to town. And Nikola Jokic said, you really think I could be the best player in the league? He says, I guarantee it. He changed his life. And you've been seeing all the training videos online where he's at Red Rocks right outside Denver, and he's running up the steps and doing all this. So for everyone that says he's a fat, out of shape bum, silence that. Silence that. I mean, he's not a Greek god, but
look, nobody's LeBron.
No, I mean,
okay, nobody's LeBron.
No, only me and maybe you, Vlad. But other than that, nobody's LeBron. I've been working out. What do you want from me? But yeah, stop that narrative right there. I hate when people say that. He looks like he's fat. He's never seen a milkshake he doesn't like.
I never understand this, right? You know what? You know why that's funny? You just mentioned that. The fact that you found somebody that actually is relatable to you.
Yeah.
You should be happy for that.
You should actually.
Why do you think we all think like
everybody loves Steph Curry?
Right, because you're not gonna be 6'8", 6'9", 260 out the womb like LeBron is, looking like like granite from 16 years old to now.
That is a beautiful man.
No body fat, right? Just spends $2 million on taking care of his body.
Machine.
Nobody has that type of money.
Nope.
And nobody that has that type of discipline. So when you see something that's you think you can do, but we can't shoot the three. We all think we can shoot the outside shot.
Everybody thinks they can.
You can't shoot it like that man can. So let's stop that. But not everybody has the skills like Jokic.
No.
But you don't have to jump as high as he can. Most of us can jump higher than Jokic. Yes, we can, but we're not that skilled. We don't, we're not that talented. So stop knocking a man because he may have the same body shape like you. You don't have the same skills like that, man.
You know what? Heat fans are knocking Nikola Jokic like the national media knocks the Heat. They don't look the part. Can't believe they're doing this, but they get it done. So Heat Nation, shh, all that right there. You're being just like the national media to you, and you're going to get upset because I'm right. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Not mad at the Marlins. We had a good day yesterday, Vlad. We defeated the A's. Not a very good team, nonetheless. 4-0. Our guy, Edward Cabrera, took the mound, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk. The two play again today at 4:10. Coral Gables Regional is off and running. The Canes defeated Maine 9-1. Texas, they down my Raging Cajuns. Not really mine, but Louisiana Raging Cajuns 4-2. So Miami and Texas will do battle tonight at 6. If for some reason the Raging Cajuns rally and they meet the Canes to advance to the Super Regional, Vlad, take a guess on if I'm going to be cheering for Miami or for Louisiana.
You'll be cheering for Miami.
There you go. Very good. You know me all too well, Cousin.
It's not LSU.
Right. And I have a lot of friends that graduated. And I know I have Cajun heritage, but nah, man, I'm here in Miami. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm here living in I really do want Miami to win. Raging Cajuns, I'm an LSU guy. Doesn't matter. Heritage, be damned. I don't care about that. Following 2 1-0 losses, we talked about this, Inter Miami, they sacked Coach Phil Neville tonight with their interim coach, Javi Morales, or let's like to say Chavi Morales. They're going to be taking on DC United at 7:30. I expect this team to rally with everything that seems to be going on. In round 3 of the French Open, Coco Gauff, she defeated Mira Andreeva in 3 sets. And the Dolphins have signed 3 of their 4 rookies to contracts after Byron Jones. Of course, the money got freed up. He basically got cut. They got the money. They saw Devon Achane, tight end Elijah Higgins, and O-lineman Ryan Hayes. Cornerbacks Cam Smith remains unsigned. Let's remain here, but real quick, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. I don't know if you saw this, Vlad. A visitor at Busch Gardens in Tampa decided to jump into the alligator enclosure and taunt the reptiles the other day.
Did he get chopped?
No,
bit?
no. People were yelling, "Get out of there!" No. My thing is this: he didn't get chopped, he didn't get bit, he made it out okay. But Darwinism's going to catch up to that dude soon enough.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. This is one of those cases. I want Darwinism to work, even if it means the death of somebody, because we don't need that guy reproducing. Oh, we hope that the Panthers can reproduce the magic they've been having all playoffs long tonight in the Stanley Cup Finals Game 1. We're going to give you a Panthers preview next here on Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Breaking news from AM
Now better shake that thing, yeah, Donna, Jody and Rebecca. Woman, get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drops.
Gonna shake that thing and get busy tonight at 8 o'clock when the Florida Panthers return triumphantly to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Vegas Knights in lovely, or should we say Viva Las Vegas. It's going to be hype. It's going to be crazy. It is going to be fun, and I am feeling good about these Panthers. Been looking at a lot of stuff online. What's going to be the cool matchup for the Panthers tonight? And, they've thrown out all the Eichel versus Kachuk, but really they all come down to two guys. You know who it is. You're talking about our guy, Sergei Bobrovsky, who's been standing on his head, and, of course, on the other side, Aiden Hill. You'll be a good goaltender in this series. It looks like you're going to be hoisting that big, beautiful trophy in the end, Vlad. And you know what? I believe in Bob.
I believe in Bob too, but it's going to be scoring in this series.
This team's tough now. This Vegas Knights team, I have watched them take on some of the best, like the Islanders. Remember Draisaitl was scoring 4 goals a game, and still they
against Edmonton, against the Kings. They've been busting people's ass. I mean,
that Dallas series, they were up 3-0.
3-0. Dallas 1-2, like I said.
And then they scored 3 goals in 7 minutes in game 6.
That was over. It was Rap City after that. So, yeah. This is going to be a great series. I know the Canadians aren't going to be happy. Two
non-traditional teams.
The hockey purists aren't going to be happy. 2 non-traditional teams, non-traditional cities.
Now, if you're a hockey purist and you see Matthew Tkachuk out there, you got to be feeling pretty good. Now, I mean, he did play in Canada. He's from St. Louis, but nonetheless, he embodies hockey, doesn't he?
Yeah. You want one of those guys. I know Austin Matthews.
No, don't want any Austin Matthews. Such a great game. So much fun.
What's the guy, the former, the guy from the Islanders that's on there? Because basically everybody on that team was getting ripped after the Panthers gentlemen swept them. So
Yeah.
John Tavares, I believe. Yeah, they were all getting ripped. All of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Paul Maurice has pushed all the right buttons. I want to say all season long now. You can't just say, no, they've only done in the playoffs. But you can say this. He's been saying it since the preseason. Like, just trust the journey. It's going to be okay. We're building towards something. Now it seems like he kind of knows what he's talking about. Of course, Paul Maurice did speak with the media. We have a couple of clips that we're going to share with you about Paul Maurice and what he was talking about. A lot of people saying, rest versus rust, rest versus rust. Is this going to affect the Florida Panthers? Because they've been off, and you and I even said it, but we forgot about them almost for a little while because they've had so much time. What was it, 9 days? More than that. They finished on a Wednesday.
They finished Wednesday. It's 10. It's
10
10
basically
days,
10 days.
10 days. Yeah.
So when Paul Maurice, of course, he's our cool dude. Nothing flexes on him. Nothing gets him all crazy and wild. He talked about the rest and the rust, and really it comes down to Sergei Bobrovsky.
Oh, I'm not worried about him because he's got this routine that it's almost not related to what's going on in the schedule, whether he's playing 14 in a row like he did in March or we get 10 days off. He's got his routine. The concern you have is the difference between challenges and opportunity. There's a challenge to this. You get 10 days off. How do you can't stay in that emotional environment that you are. And then the opportunity. We had some bagged up guys and we're moving pretty good on the ice. So that's the challenge. That's the opportunity. We'll take it. We'll take the rest. I think it gives us the best chance in the legs. And if it takes us a while to get back into it, then we got to be able to hold water until we do.
I said in Bob I trust, in Paul Maurice I trust. If he tells me he wants rest over rust, I'll take it. Guys not banged up. Guys are rested up. Guys are ready to go. This team's got a lot of special mojo going for them right now. I agree. I always take the rest over the rust, Vlad. I don't care. You'll see in the long run, it's better for you. And a lot of times I think a couple of minutes in, you get your legs back. You get back in your rhythm of your game. You should be fine. I think the Panthers are going to be absolutely fine tonight in Vegas, which is a tough place to play. I'll admit that. But I don't know about you, but I feel as though they're going to be okay, even with the 10 days off.
They should be. They should have the better legs, boys. But the rested legs. Let me use that one. They should have the more rested legs. I expect them to come out flying the first 10 minutes of the game. But Vegas has had rest as well, and they're home. They're starting the series at home. It's gonna be a good series to me. I think it's gonna be a really, really good series. It's gonna be an even series. And right before Game 1 of the NBA Finals, you asked me before, like, which of these two teams heading to the finals down here locally do you feel like will be hoisting a trophy. And I think we all pretty much feel like if there's a team that has the best chance of hoisting a trophy, is the Panthers with Stanley.
Absolutely, right there. And, you talked about Bobrovsky getting a lot of repetition in. He doesn't change his program. He's ready. No rust after this rest. I do believe that. I also don't freak out totally if he's not as good as he was in the Carolina Hurricanes series, because this is a very gifted Vegas Golden Knights offensive team. Those guys, they can score some goals right there. We've seen them score 6. We've seen them score 3 goals in 7 minutes in a closeout game in Game 6. So I wouldn't freak out. I would even say, look, what would be tonight, Sergei Bobrovsky, would you say would be a good night realistically? If he lets by 2 goals, I would say.
I can give up 3 goals.
Even 3 goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think the Panthers are going to score. That's the thing. I'm not scared of their goalie. More scared of, I mean, they got some players.
They got some players on that team. I mean, you don't get to the Stanley Cup Finals without players. And, you don't just get lucky throughout the entire playoffs and play as well as you have against, like we said, a lot of good teams. They took on the Kings, whether you want to argue they're a good team or not. Still, they're a playoff team. The Edmonton Oilers, fantastic team. Like I said, Draisaitl was scoring at an unbelievable clip in that. And then you take on a Dallas Stars team that kind of made a fight. And then the second that they thought that they were back in the series, the Vegas Knights just slammed the door on them.
Down on them.
I mean, it was bad, man. It was like, okay, fun's over, everyone. Let's get ready for the Florida Panthers. Of course, the Florida Panthers maybe have been even more impressive in their run. And you say, well, there was a 7-game series in there. Yeah, but it was against a historic team that, let's be honest, if they would have gotten past the Florida Panthers, they would have probably just walked all the way to the finals right now, too. So that series, a lot of people said whoever wins this series is going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Those people were right. So, Now, with those 10 days off, Paul Maurice, Vlad, you think he's ready? Do you think Paul Maurice is ready?
I would hope so.
I think he's ready to play. I think he's ready to get going and playing, man. He talked about being ready and how it's time to play and how they're going to get things going.
Is that we've never let routine cross over into superstition, that we have to have a certain thing at a certain time. We kind of go with the flow a little bit, and we'll just handle it as it comes, and then enjoy it too, because you work really hard to get here, and sure, there's more media requirements, and it's a longer flight, but that's a Western Conference opponent. That's what's going to happen.
I like that. Staying even keel right there. No superstition in the way. I believe a little bit in the superstition nonetheless. Right there, he's just telling you he's not going to let anything get in the way, and there's a little more media requirements. Do you think the media requirements kind of wear down a team, or is that just par for the course? You're in your zone. You're taking care of business.
It's par for the course. You got to understand, you're in the final series of the season. You're playing for the Stanley Cup final. Like, you got to expect there's going to be a lot of media. The thing is, it might not be the media that you're used to.
Right. And then it might throw you off your schedule a little bit. And, routine for a lot of players is very, very important. But I would think at this level, things come at you so fast. There's so much going on in a finals that it's just another thing coming at you. And both teams are dealing with it right now. And man, so much going on. Do you think, this is the real question, and it's maybe a rhetorical question, do you think any of this phases Matthew Tkachuk?
No, I don't think anything's phasing the Panthers players. Can't say anything about the Golden Knights because we
don't really follow them.
We don't really follow them. But if we've had the Panther players, they've joined us on shows. They've Tobin and Leroy. They've on Joe Rose show, on Hawk and Crowder. So they're not phased by this. I think they're more looking forward to getting this game going, this series going. I think they got inside. You're happy to see your brothers and playing with your brothers, but after a while, you want to play. You can't really hit your you can't hit your teammates.
Right. And you want to hit other people. That's the main
hit
thing.
somebody. It's like you want to hit somebody so that it means something. So I think they 9-10 days, you're biting at the bit, man. You're biting at the opportunity just to lay somebody out. Good forecheck, just something.
And you got to feel good. I can't believe I'm saying this. If you'd have told me this midway through the season, that you have Paul Maurice right there on the bench. He's coached in, I think, the 4th most games all time in the NHL. It just seems like he's been there, done that. No stage is too big. If anything gets a little crazy, he'll pull the guys back and just be a calming force on this team. It's crazy, Vlad. Paul Maurice, he's really, really done a great job and kind of turning things around, at least image-wise, because forever we were kind of knocking him. He was an easy punching bag. But you know what? Now he's punching back, and wow, I'm glad to have him. I'm saying it right now. I'm glad to have him. Win, lose, or draw tonight, I am glad we got Paul Maurice on this team.
I will say this: South Florida has good head coaches
They
and
do.
managers right now leading teams.
Yeah, and they should. I mean, it's a great place to be.
Coaching,
good teams.
college or professional.
Yeah. Let's go through the coaches. Mike McDaniel, of course, the jury is still out, but still in his first year, he goes to the playoffs with some injury issues. We're not going to get into exactly who because it's a long season. Then in basketball, you got Coach Spo, who a lot of people are saying right here, right now, the best coach in the NBA.
He's been that for like the last 5-7 years.
Skip Schumacher for the Marlins. I mean, look,
jury's still out, but he has a team that nobody expected to be 500 or better right now at this point of the season.
Paul Maurice seems like he's done everything right this year. And I'm changing that narrative, not lately. He said all preseason and offseason, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be a little different during the regular season, but come postseason, it's going to be good. So he called his own shot. I have to believe he knows what he was doing. I have to believe that at least,
I think the only sport right now where we don't have a good coach.
Well, we're trying to stay positive, but go ahead.
You know what it is. You mentioned it earlier. We've talked about
Inter Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even want to bring that up. Yeah, we had a bad coach.
You got Coach L in college.
Okay, you got Coach Larinaga, who brought the Hurricanes to the Final Four. Dusty May
brought Florida Atlantic to the Final Four.
Don't want to forget him. Katie Meyer, who also got a contract extension for the ladies
Regional
Hurricanes team.
Elite 8.
LSU took him out, nonetheless. Let's go. That your girlfriend, Kim Mulkey. You can't beat her. You know how that is.
That's wifey.
That sex fight with her. Yeah, that'll be so awesome. Who else do we have? And then, of course, Nova Southeastern's winning Division II championships left and right. Their coaching staffs are absolutely wonderful. Is there anything else other than Inter Miami? We're really set.
Nah, that's it.
We're okay. Okay. Phil Neville, I mean, it's a tough spot right there. Number one, not a lot of head coaching experience. He coached the English Lionesses, the women's national team, and he went to, I think, the semifinals of the Euro Cup. And then when he left, the team actually went to the finals the next 4 years. He had other than that, no real coaching experience. He's best friends with David Beckham. He comes in, thought he did an okay job, but definitely underperforming. Now we're looking at possibly getting the former Argentinian national coach. But so far, so good. But yeah, Paul Maurice, you go out there and you win this thing. You're up there, man. You're up there.
You're a legend.
That you called your shot. And that's what really impresses me, that he went out there but he never wavered. Did you ever notice that, Vlad? He never like, well, we kind of expected to be better at this point. No, he always just said, look, stay calm. And I thought it was a facade, and maybe it was. Sometimes, coaches, they appear cool, calm, and collected when really they're not. It's just an appearance. But now you have to believe in him, and you have to say, Paul Maurice, for all the time I doubted you, I apologize. Looking good. And tonight you get Stanley Cup Finals Game 1.
Cat fever begins.
Panthers, Golden Knights. Of course, the Golden Knights favored by 1.5. I, of course, like the Panthers in this because I don't just think that they're the better team. I think they're playing better. Of course, they've had the time off, but I also think they're a team of destiny, and they're going to stay cool, calm, and collected. I don't think anything phases Matthew Tkachuk. I do expect Sergei Bobrovsky to kind of not take a step down, but he's facing a really good offensive team, so he's not going to be as lights out, stay on your head as he was against the Carolina Hurricanes. This is also the finals. Everything's a little more amplified. But if Sergei can be Sergei, the one that we've known for these past couple playoff series, we'll be okay because we'll find goals. We will find ways to score goals. I'm looking at the Panthers saying, okay, Alexander Barkov, one of the best two-way players in the whole entire league. He's been with the organization forever. You don't think he has a lot of pride in tonight?
The whole team has pride, man.
They really do.
The team has been very quiet the whole year. Everybody's questioning this team, the roller coaster ride they had to get to the playoffs. Mind you, how they got it, they didn't really backdoor their way in, but they sort of backdoor their way in. Teams like the Islanders and the Penguins lost the team they weren't supposed to lose to in the final couple of games of the season.
It all counts.
And the Panthers had to play against, which is ironic. The irony. You know what the irony is? Their last two games of the season where they lost were against the Maple Leafs and the Hurricanes.
Thank you. Win the ones that count.
They won the one that count.
There's nothing.
Got in and as the second wild card team, and then look at it now. Look
Vlad,
at them now.
There's nothing worse than winning the one that doesn't count as much. I've been on the side where, LSU, Alabama, 1 year we went into Alabama undefeated, best team never won a national championship. We beat Alabama 9-6. felt like, yeah. Then Alabama got us in the national championship game 21-1, and they're like, we win the one that counts. It's like, killing me. What are the experts saying, though, Vlad? Okay, I can give you Ryan Clark. He's a fellow LSU alum. He's not a hockey head. I'll give you some of the experts that are hockey heads, what they're predicting. Brian Boucher, Golden Knights in 7. Okay. Chris Chelios, Panthers in 7. Linda Cohn, huge soccer fan on ESPN.
Hockey fan. Huge hockey fan.
Greatest game alive. Golden Knights in 6. Who else do we have? Let's see. Steve Levy. Of course, he's also the hockey head. Panthers in 7.
Okay.
Sean McDonough, Golden Knights in 7. Barry Melrose. I like this because Barry Melrose is loud wrong all the time.
I love his mullet.
I love his hair. Yeah, I like his style, but he's loud wrong all the time. He gets Golden Knights in 6. That makes me feel good. You know a guy named Mark Messier?
The Messiah.
Golden Knights in 7.
1994.
Golden Knights. 94. No, Golden Knights in 7.
He's been following it. So, I mean, if teams like, what's funny? I bet you a lot of the ESPN people will say Golden Knights because they covered the Western Conference Finals, and nor the TNT people will say Panthers because they covered the Eastern Conference.
And they're a little more familiar with the Vegas Golden Knights throughout the season because they had a better record, and a lot of people were writing off the Panthers.
But I wouldn't be, yeah. I think a lot of the experts think this is going to be a long series.
Yeah, no one's saying 4 or 5. Everyone's saying 6 or 7. All 29 people that picked. PK Subban, he's our guy. You know why?
Pick the Panthers.
Panthers in 7. And I'm kind of surprised about this one. Greg Wyshynski, who always seems to be a Florida Panthers guy and a South Florida guy, he's got Golden Knights in 6. All in all, of the 29 people that picked, 17 picked the Golden Knights. So 17 out of 29. So that's
12 for the Panthers.
12 for the Panthers, which means kind of what we thought. It's going to be it's going to be a good series. Look, you've enjoyed your sweeps. You've enjoyed your gentleman's sweeps. Now it's time you're going to have to get your hands dirty. This is not going to be one of those Toronto Maple Leafs or even Carolina Hurricanes.
The same as it's always been before the playoffs. First team to 4. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Be the first team to win 4 games in a series of 7.
Yep. You look each other in the eye at the face-off and you say, first to 4.
First to 4, that's it.
Doesn't
Doesn't matter how you get it done, as long as you get it done.
There's going to be games where you're high in the peak. And there's going to be certain points in games where you're low on the valley. Just ride the waves. Trust in Paul Maurice, Matthew Tkachuk, Sergei Bobrovsky, and the rest of the guys.
Boob.
And then that trophy is coming back to the WQAM studio. No, it's coming back to South Florida.
I better come back to the QAM studio.
It was here earlier this week.
I know. Typical, of course, comes on my day off.
Vamos Gatos tonight, 8 o'clock. Let's make history. Up next, Vlad, we're going to keep it a buck. Keeping it real here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota
It is time to keep it a buck here on Sports Day on 560 WQAM. This is where Vladimir and I go around and keep it a buck, keeping it real. Sometimes it could be a popular keep it a buck, and you could say, yeah, but other times it could be an unpopular keep it a buck because you know what? We got to keep it real. None of this homerism, none of this. We're trying to placate to someone for real. That is what we're doing right now, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you right now, Vlad. I do think that the Florida Panthers win tonight in Vegas 4-3.
That's what you think?
That's what I think. That's the way I'm keeping it a buck. I believe this. I believe. Now, you might be down early. It might get to be 3-2, but they will come back and win this game 4-3. Keeping it a buck.
This could be a bad weekend for South Florida.
I know. I don't like how you're keeping it a buck, man.
You see what I'm saying? If Panthers don't win tonight and Heat don't win tomorrow, it's a bad weekend.
It's keeping it a buck. I want to be upset. I'm gonna be a little depressed. We've come all this way, and now
Are you guys ready? Keep it a buck. Are you guys like preparing yourself because you've been such on a postseason high?
Yeah.
Now you've reached the pinnacle, the final level, and there's nothing after this. Like you lose. That's it. This is it now. It's winning and losing now. It's always winning and losing. But you're the last series.
Yeah, I know.
However it finishes, you got to live with that until the season begins in 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Are you prepared for maybe a split?
I'll be happy with split, yeah.
Or nothing?
Keep it a buck. I'll be happy with a split.
Or you could have the greatest high of all time. You could have both NBA and NHL champions.
The greatest high of all time is probably winning a Super Bowl, but I understand where you're coming from.
Nah. This is the best high, bro. This is like a weak continuation high. Like they're after the band. Whoever wins first, the other team can win right after. He's like, oh my God. It's like the limitless pill. It's like it just keeps on going. Or keep it a buck. It could be some sad times. Hard times, Daddy. In my Dusty Rhodes voice.
I will say this. I'm kind of preparing myself like I prepared for that Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics. Like staying positive, still feeling good, but also kind of taking a peek like, what might it look like? What might it look like? Just to kind of get my body and my mind and my spirit and my soul prepared. You have to prepare yourself.
You have to, because think about this, guys. Like South Florida really could have until football season begins, until training camp. Because, the summer's bad. After NBA free agency starts, after that first week, from July until college football begins, you're biding time, man. You're just waiting. You're just waiting. But you win a championship, that championship lasts. That thing, it lingers. It'll last you throughout the whole summer. So by the time kickoff happens for the Canes in September 1st, and by the time the Dolphins go against the Chargers, you're good.
Take your time.
You're absolutely fine. You're living on
You're in that honeymoon period right there.
What? It's the best honeymoon. Summer honeymoon?
Oh, you got a long time to just relax and gloat and feel good. Nothing's taking you down. There's no game coming up against another team for another sport where you get pulled down.
Like every free agent move, you're like, whatever. That's, okay, they need to do that again to try to compete.
I'm not worried about that right now. I'm still high off of our 2 championships that
right.
we won.
But there's a flip to it.
Yeah.
What if they both lose?
Yeah, I've looked at that. I've looked. You got to peek over the edge a little bit sometimes and say, okay, what might it look like? I'm not saying that's what it's going to look like, but you got to look at what might it look like. And
just keeping it in a buck.
I just keeping it in a buck. You do. You have to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, physically for worst case scenario. I'll keep it a buck, though. I would be happy with a split. I'm not going to say which one I'd rather because at this point, I want both teams to win. But if you tell me, so let's say this. You can go 2-0, 0-2, or I can just guarantee you a split. Would you take the guarantee split, or would you say, let's ride or die, let's see what goes down?
I can't tell you the split, but it's going to be a split. But I can't tell you who's going to win. A genie in a bottle pops out, or however.
But
I'm not telling you who's going to win and who's going to lose.
A soothsayer comes up to you and says, I can either guarantee you a split, or you can ride it out. Maybe you'll go 2-0, maybe you'll go 1-1, maybe you'll go 0-2. What do you want?
I'll take the split.
I take a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. That way, at least I know I'm going to be high on one of these teams.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. But I want both of them. I just don't know if I'm willing to bet that money, man, when I know I can get one for sure. Because that one's going to get me high enough. I'm going to get high enough with that one. But maybe you are greedy. What do you think? 305-567-056. You can call, you can text. Of course, you can jump in on the Twitch and the YouTube live. What do you want? If a soothsayer came to you now and said, let me make you a deal, I can guarantee you 1-1 split. Can't tell you who's going to win, but one of the teams will win, one of the teams will lose. Or do you want to just ride this thing out? You could either go 2-0, you can go 1-1, or 0-2. Are you taking the uncertainty, or are you taking the sure thing? 305-567-0560 is the number. And of course, the Twitch and the YouTube live page. Go to 560 WQAM.
Oh yeah, they're hating on me in on the text messages.
Why are they hating on you?
I don't know.
Vlad, you haven't done anything bad today.
Your team starts doing bad, and all of a sudden I'm a Knick fan. I'm a hated Knick fan, and all of that.
I do like Mark the Heat. Vlad, I'm going to need an emotional support dog if the Heat lose another NBA Finals, this time to the Chicken Nuggets. You need an emotional support dog.
Oh, man.
Mark also says Heat Nation ain't prepared for another loss like they did to the Fakers in 2020. Yeah, I know. Trevor, our guy's been weighing in, talking all types of craziness. Trevor, I heard you got yours yesterday here on the Twitch and the YouTube live, man. I've been getting texts and tweets about that. Thank you for taking a couple bullets for everyone right there. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, man, it's going to be such a high just to win one. Like I said, to get two is dreaming a dream. To get one, keeping it a buck, I'll be happy if we could split 1-1. I'll be satisfied. Not totally satisfied, but I will be satisfied. And that right there is Keep It a Buck. Up next, going to get you caught up to date with everything that's happening in the sports world, plus so much more here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
with Dan Day.
It is 2 o'clock here in South Florida. The weather seems to be somewhat clearing up. It's a little more sunny.
It's nasty, man.
Still nasty?
Yeah, it's nasty. Other parts of South Florida.
Oh,
Broward
man.
County's getting it nasty.
Continue to get those storms, so please be very careful. I was actually coming out of Costco. I'd never been to Costco before.
Really?
Yeah, never
Ever
been.
in your life?
No. I don't do all that corporate stuff, man. I don't like
Wait
all
a
that.
minute. I'm intrigued now. How was your first visit to Costco?
It was a
It's bulk, baby. It's bulk.
It was an S storm inside and it was an S storm outside with the weather, man. It's just a bunch of crazy. I mean, good deals apparently. I mean, I don't do a lot of grocery shopping, so I mean, apparently people I were with were like, "Oh my god, look at the deals." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I don't need 24 pounds of nutmeg." So I was like, "Okay, cool." I guess it was cool. It was all right. People all over the place. People are crazy.
Oh,
and
come on, man.
It's like a
This is-
secret society.
This is what mothers live for, man.
They won't let you in without like proof of a card.
no, bro.
They won't let you
It's a cult.
buy.
It's a
with-
cult.
It is. It is. You can't even buy your items without proof of the card and your ID.
You better have the end. You gotta have the picture for your card. You gotta have
Right, you have to have the picture.
It can't be no other damn day. It better be the exact damn day.
Right. And I was gonna get on someone's card, but they're like, you have to have the same address as the card holder. So I have to now bring a piece of mail with the address that is with the other card holder.
Just to get food.
Just so I can buy 100 pounds of Cheez-Its. Very excited right there. But I mean, it was cool. I mean, good deals. Go out there, fight the crowds, and then it just stormed, and I was not getting out with bulk food in all that rain. So I just kind of waited it out a little bit, you know. But yeah, I guess it was okay. But I mean, yeah, if I had a choice between that or Walmart, I guess I'd go to Costco. It's cheaper and it's a little higher class. I guess.
When you like tied down, that's gonna be your Saturday trips, man. That's gonna be like it's like going to Disneyland for some of these wives, man.
Yeah, I know. I kept getting like, you're not impressed by this? I'm like,
no.
Do you like grocery shopping, Vlad? That's a serious question.
I like grocery shopping.
Oh, you do?
But that's because I know what I'm there to get and getting the F out of there for.
That's
you know
the
what I
thing.
mean? Like, I know what I need. I know what I'm planning to make for the week. I know what I need for the week. And then I'm out.
Grocery shopping for yourself is cool. It's all right. You know what you want. You got a game plan. You go in there, you execute it. You tagging along with someone, oh, it's painful, man.
Yo, you ever go shopping with people?
It's terrible.
And you realize, you start realizing, damn, I'm really a good shopper. I just know I need to get in.
I get it. Yeah.
Get it and get out. Like, I'm not.
I don't get distracted. I got blinders on.
The worst people are the ones that don't shop. They go to every store. They go in, it looks nice, and then they don't shop. They don't buy anything from there. Or they go to all these different stores and end up buying the item that they wanted from the first store.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Yeah.
You're wasting my time, bro.
It's not the most exciting thing. You look bored. It's like, well, I mean, what? I'm literally just wheeling a cart around behind you, and you just get random stuff. Yeah, throw some Cheez-Its in there. Wow, that's gonna be awesome. Oh, it's a good deal on tuna fish. Well, you don't really eat tuna fish, but it's such a good deal.
But you know what? Maybe it's good for the kids. You see, when I kept on saying like wives, and it's probably for the kids. If you have a family, you know, of more than just a husband and a wife, you got a couple of kids, maybe a dog. That Costco's money saving for you.
That's some savings. I didn't see like a bakery section with like bread and donuts though, because I'd have probably gone.
They do give you. Nah, you didn't go throughout the whole Costco.
I thought I did.
Did you try out the little the meals that they had?
I saw they had like hot dogs and pizzas and stuff like that, but it's just too much going on, man. It was crazy. It was wild.
You didn't try the glizzies?
I did not try the glizzies. No. I saw like $1.50 glizzy too, man.
That's cheap glizzy.
That's cheap glizzy. Yeah, I know that. People have told me it's great. I'll eventually get to it. Trust me. I'm going back. Whether I like it or not, I'm going back to Costco. Oh, man. Got some Indian food before that. So I guess I was already kind of full.
You like store meat or street meat?
What do you mean by store meat or street meat?
Like hot dog. Like you rather hot dogs from the streets, or do you like, hot dogs from like you go to a store or anything?
I'd prefer to make my own hot dogs. Yeah.
So you like it from the store?
I like it from the store.
Okay.
Not street meat. I mean, I've eaten street meat a couple times, man. It's all good, I love it. But tonight we got big stuff on the horizon. We got game 1, Stanley Cup Finals. First time the Panthers have been there since 1996. Either the Vegas Golden Knights or the Florida Panthers are going to win their first Stanley Cup. We want that cup here in South Florida. I talked to the handler of the cup. He spends about 345 days a year on the road.
What did he say, man? What's kind of the craziest stuff he's ever seen?
Jaromir Jagr partied with the cup and some nice ladies in his bedroom one time, and the keeper of the cup had to sit in the other room and just kind of wait.
That's messed up. He couldn't.
I would have. I'd have been like,
I
"You need a
would've
hand?
joined.
You need a hand?" That's all. I would at least offer my services.
I
you
mean,
know?
he is the handler, so he definitely can give you a hand.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think he missed out on a genuine opportunity right there. And tomorrow we've got Heat and Nuggets. Hopefully, Heat do not miss out on a genuine opportunity, and more than Bam Adebayo shows up in that game. Although Gabe Vincent was pretty darn good, trying to make some open threes and get some things going. We're going to get into all that, but first, let's run it back. Everything that happened this week in the sports world in South Florida with our montage.
Game 7. Horford in Celtic green. Adebayo in the road black. Foster with the rock in the air.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Since you're pretty soon as you came in the door.
It's Inter Miami in the black with pink trim from left to right. It's Montreal in the gray and blue from right to left, and we're underway from Saputo Stadium.
She remixing for low. She my track queen, let her hit the bando.
And for the Marlins, it is Edward Cabrera on the hill today, hoping for the good, sharp Edward. We've seen it at times in the 11 starts so far, coming off a no decision against the Angels Saturday.
Hit the strip club, we be letting bands go.
Welcome to the NBA Finals. The Heat is on the radio. Miami Heat is championship round.
Here at Drive Pink Stadium, we are ready to get underway. And there's the whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. The Red Bulls with the ball moving from left to right. And the all pink of Inter Miami defending the goal to the right.
Extremely invested, so I don't lose any sleep by saying, you know what, Denver Nuggets, why don't we wait 48 years? Not 47, so.
Yeah, there's an excitement now, and they're looking forward to get on the road, just get it going. It's kind of been here a while, but the ice was good today and 2 days ago. They're enthusiastic about being out there. Lots of jump.
As the Eastern Conference Championship belongs to the Heat. 103-84 the final.
There's the final whistle. Montreal holds on for the 1-0 victory at home.
And the struggles continue, Phil, for Phil Neville and Inter Miami, dropping to last in the East.
In these 2023 NBA Finals, they have won all 4 of their game ones this postseason, all here at Ball Arena. They came in the first 3, outscoring their opponent by an average of 17. And they'll win this one by 11.
Costas, and that is going to do it. The final whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. And a few more boos and whistles from the crowd here at Drive Pink. 1-0 to the Red Bulls.
Come for me. You know, if you're unhappy, hit the manager. Don't go for one of my boys. Don't go for one of my young kids, because that hurts. That's personal.
3-2, bouncer toward third. Segura across the diamond. It's a Marlins win. Shut out the Oakland A's 4-0. Nice 3-hit night with a home run for Jesus Sanchez. And the Marlins win this one 4-0.
Money out of sight cause fights. Put up or shut up.
Yes, running it back now. Let's look forward. Tonight, Panthers opens up Stanley Cup Finals play, 8 o'clock against the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas a 1.5-point favorite, or goal favorite, however you want to say it. I want to ask you, Vlad, do we get a goal from Matthew Tkachuk tonight?
We better.
What about Anthony Duclair?
Dookie.
I love Duclair. Everybody loves Duclair, don't they?
I think we get 4 goals tonight. I think you're right. I think it's a 4-3 victory for the Panthers.
Like I said, don't get too upset if you get down early or if you get down 3-2. In Bob, we trust. I think Matthew Tkachuk gets us a goal. Barkov might even throw a goal in there too.
I don't think with this team, even if they lose the first 2 games, I don't think you're shocked.
Nope.
I think because the one thing that's different between the Panthers and the Heat have always been ahead in every series. We've seen the Panthers come back from
right,
a 3-1
not freaking out
and not freaking out, and then go on to win. So even if they're down 0-2, you could say, okay, 10-day rest. They, it's been a minute. They need to get their legs, something to that effect. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to leave with a split. They're going to leave Vegas with a split. But you asked, like, if if the Nuggets take a 2-0 series lead against the Heat, are you
Yeah.
worried? And I told you don't need to be worried.
I do.
It's the same thing with the Panthers. If the Panthers lose tonight and Monday, I'm not worried about the Panthers.
Now, the reason I'm going to say this, Vlad, and you can agree or not agree with me, the reason I would not hit the panic button if the Cats go down 2-0 in the series is it seems like in hockey, you can flip the switch quicker and easier
Goalie.
than you can in basketball. So you can look totally out of your league for 2 games. You flip the switch, but Bob starts sitting on his head. Kachuk starts being an agitator, scoring goals. All of a sudden, the series turns really around more quickly than in basketball, it seems like.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So don't hit the panic switch if you're a Panthers fan. If you go down 2-0, Heat fan, your choice on that one. The Heat, they did fall to the Nuggets 104-93. Bam Adebayo, got to give him his props. He led the team with 26 points, 13 rebounds. He met the challenge of Nikola Jokic, who had another triple-double, 27 points, 14 assists, and 10 rebounds. Game 2 tomorrow night at 8:30. Going to talk about this in the next segment. NFL insider Bill Barnwell ranked all 32 teams' offseason moves, and he ranks the Dolphins as second best right behind the Commanders. The Marlins defeated the A's 4-0 last night. Brian De La Cruz, 2 for 4, while Edward Cabrera pitched 6 innings, 4 hits with 1 walk. The two play again today at 4:10. Kick times and coverage for 4 Miami Hurricanes football games have been announced. The season kicks off September 1st, 7 p.m. against Miami of Ohio, and will be aired on the ACC network. Miami Texas A&M September 9th, 3:30 on ABC. The game against Bethune-Cookman is Thursday, September 14th at 7:30 on ACC network. And Boston College, they're going to be playing on Black Friday, November 24th. The game's going to be at noon on ABC.
That's good to know.
I'm excited about some of that national coverage right there.
The A&M game is good to know. That's a 3:30 game.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that's a big game. Good thing there's no home game for the Dolphins. The Dolphins will be starting their regular season the day after in Los Angeles against the Chargers. So that's that's good, man. The Canes' first 3 games are at home, and weird days, Friday, Saturday, and a Thursday. Very weird.
I might sound in the minority of this, pardon the pun, but I love a good Bethune-Cookman game, man. 7:30 at night. You can go out there, tailgate. Yeah, you can get as loose as you want. Hopefully you can get as loose as you want.
Friday night.
It's a Thursday night, but yeah, but
wait. What's the Friday night game? What's the first game?
The Friday night is that September 1st game against Miami, Ohio.
Oh, Miami, Ohio. I'm
7
sorry.
o'clock.
But here's the thing about the Bethune-Cookman game. That could be a letdown after the A&M.
Yeah, but you just still hope that you've got enough in the tank, even if you're not playing your best, that you're not going to get beat by Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, on a Friday night.
Thursday night.
A Thursday night. Yeah,
Short week.
Short week. Yeah, you might be heading to the,
I circle
Coconut Grove.
Some people circle their calendars for the big games that they want to see. I circle some of these Bethune-Cookman games like that's the game I'm tailgating for, baby.
Oh yeah, the tailgate would be great, but I don't know if the action's gonna be great.
Getting loose. That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about the action. That's why I'm getting loose. Just saying. Coral Gables Regional is off and running. The Canes defeated Maine 9-1. Texas down Louisiana 4-2. So Miami and Texas, they do battle today at 6 over at Mark Light Field, Alex Rodriguez Stadium. Following 2 1-0 losses in a row, Inter Miami has sacked coach Phil Neville. They've
Just
sacked
fired
him.
his ass, man. Sack him. Yeah, he did play with David Beckham at Man U for a while. Of course, Man U did fall to Man City earlier today. Not a good day.
FA Cup. Now they got that try for the treble, man. Man City going to try to get that treble.
When's that? Next week, I believe.
Is it next weekend?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. We'll get into my next weekend later. But Javi Morales is the interim coach tonight when the Herons, they take on DC United at 7:30. Come on, let's rally. The Dolphins signed 3 of their 4 rookies to contracts, running backs Devon Achane, tight end Elijah Higgins, and O-lineman Ryan Hayes. First round pick, or our first pick overall, our first pick for the Dolphins. I think it was a second round pick. Our third round, was it a third round pick? Yeah. Cornerback Cam Smith remains unsigned. In the round of 3 at the French Open, Coco Gauff defeated Mira Andreeva in 3 sets. And the Big 12, no plans to expand now, but we all know eventually they will. So they're keeping their options open. Ooh, Vlad, speaking of keeping your options open, let's take a step into the day spa. A London man who does the dirtiest of dirty plumbing jobs says he loves it and makes over $250,000 a year. Right?
I mean, if you're willing to deal with that type of trash and nastiness for $250,000, I guess.
You love what you love, even though it is a, pardon the pun, it job.
It pays the bills.
You know what? Much respect right there. Growing up, I think every young man wanted to be a garbage man growing up.
No, I
and
didn't.
oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay. But I mean, look, for the people.
Custodians and sanitation workers were getting insulted daily by us.
Oh, you were those kids.
Yeah, we didn't know how much they were making and how much the union and all of that because we were those kids. And then you saw regular, like, oh, this is a pretty good 6-figure salary.
Very important job, by the way, even though it stinks sometimes. But it's picking up, you know? But yeah, pun intended. But much respect out there. And you know what? If you like cleaning out the dirtiest of dirty toilets and the dirtiest of dirty plumbing, and you're making a couple stacks off of it, kudos, man. Kudos. I wish I loved something like that. I
I like dirt. I don't like picking up other people's dirt.
Manual labor. God, I just respect it so much. I've done it. We've all done it. I respect it so much. Oh, much love. Much love. Crappy jobs. Dirty jobs. Good jobs. Up next, apparently the Dolphins did a pretty good job this offseason. We're going to dive into that and see how they fared amongst the rest of the league here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Breaking news from AM 560 Sports WQ.
at Miami Heat games, but you're also a Colorado native, and Denver Nuggets would be your hometown team. So I'm wondering, where is your allegiance going into these?
How did you know that I was courtside?
Everyone can see it.
Oh, I wish I would have known that. It's funny. I will not deny that. I've been a football coach my entire adult life. I was born and raised in Denver, and cheered for the Nuggets forever. Had a fan plan in 1994 that they packaged games, and we picked the package that Jordan was going to play, and he retired. It was my mom's entire bonus. And so, yeah, I've been invested, and they've had a really cool journey. It's a cool franchise, but I'm an only child, and I myself am a father to an only child. So this is going to be totally forecasting, but I feel comfortable doing it because I'm blind. The Kelseys went through it. I imagine it being like a parent with a couple kids where, of course, you love all your kids, but don't you love one more? And realistically, when it comes down to it, the stuff that I've been able to really get access to with the Heat coaching staff led by Spo last summer, getting to know them, following their journey, and getting to know the people, I've become extremely invested, so I don't lose any sleep by saying, you know what, Denver Nuggets, why don't we wait 48 years, not 47? So
that right there, in a very roundabout way.
Cheering for the Nuggets, man.
Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel saying, I'm cheering for the Nuggets, but I will tell you, let's go Heat. Cheering for the Heat. He sounds like he's cheering for the Nuggets.
He's cheering for the Nuggets, bro. He's still hurting about that fan plan where he brought for Jordan.
You're mad at Jordan, not us.
And Jordan retired. That was the first Jordan retirement. He brought in 94. He's upset by that. But he shouldn't. That means he would have saw the Nuggets upset the Sonics in the 8-1 seed.
Very nice right there. Very nice right there. So Mike McDaniel says he is cheering, for the record, he is cheering for the Heat. Whether his heart is cheering for the Heat, we don't know.
He's not. Come on, man. I waited 48 years. 47. I can wait another 40. No.
Well, what happens if we meet again in the finals next year? Then you're on the hook.
He took a long way to pull a Matthew Tkachuk. You remember when Matthew was on with the TNT?
Oh, yeah, and didn't want to admit he was cheering for the Celtics?
Right.
Because he was cheering for the Celtics.
He was cheering for his boy. He
That's
couldn't go against St. Louis. St. Louis has love for both Tatum and Tkachuk, so that's why he was rooting for Tatum. But he was like, yeah, but I'm still down here. I'm South Florida. We're doing well, so I'm showing support. But low key, I really want Boston to win.
Do you want the real answer or the political answer?
So
just tell me.
Mike McDaniel took the 2-minute route. He took a 2-minute
He
warning.
always takes that.
He took a 2-minute warning. Like, how did you guys know? Well, first of all, we could see you right there, courtside. It's not that difficult to see.
I thought that was kind of charming.
Whatever. And then I think that was him stalling to get
his ideas.
Yeah, that was filler. In battle rap, that would have been filler. You know what I mean? He's just saying some filler. Like not even like
you wear a hat.
Yeah,
where you at?
Trying to come up with the haymaker. No, he could have come with a haymaker. We understand you're an only child, so therefore that means you're in love with Denver. Remember last week when I said you don't want that experience?
No,
of losing
so
that
glad we didn't get that experience.
You didn't get that because you're in love. You're married to your team, so you don't want to see your team disappoint because they disappoint you. It hurts.
We're not feeling that pain. Now, we do know Mike McDaniel is married and all in on the Dolphins. He's our head coach. He's going into his second year.
Yes, sir.
And this year is looking like it could be something very, very special. Recently, ESPN asked Bill Barnwell of the top teams that made offseason moves, who did the best of the best? Number one, you probably guessed it, Vlad, the Washington Commanders. Huh?
Okay.
Huh? Basically, they got new ownership. They got rid of Dan Snyder, who's a bum, who we all hate, who we all know is a terrible owner, who we all know is a bad person.
I get that, but still. All right.
I'm not slandering anybody right now. I'm just kind of saying what we know. So he said that's the biggest offseason move. I don't know, as a fan, you feel very confident that your team's going to be better. But number two, your Miami Dolphins.
Who's your? Who you talking to? Who you talking to? Me? I know you're not talking to me.
I got to get it in at least once a show where I either say your or you accidentally say we, and then you slap yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I'm start listening to you. I'm like, wait a minute, when I become a fan of your teams?
The Dolphins, I do like the offseason moves, and I think most of the media does. In fact, Louis Riddick has them going to the Super Bowl.
Been very highly. He's spoken very highly of the Dolphins. He believes the Dolphins will win the AFC East and will go far in the playoffs.
Our dude Omar Kelly, he's also been thumbs up on what the Dolphins have done this offseason. He believes they're going to be doing some big things. Always appreciate Omar, what he's doing with whatever he may be doing, whether he may we'll try to get him back here one day. You never know, but I am athlete and everything like that he's got going on. But I'll tell you why Bill Barnwell says the Dolphins made some serious moves. Let's call him 1B, not really number 2, 1B. Number 1, Jalen Ramsey, Hall of Fame cornerback, already adding to what is probably the best cornerback room in all of the NFL. You like Sauce Gardner.
Definitely top 3.
Yeah, definitely.
No, if you're talking about the whole room, if you're talking about you got better, I believe you have better safety setups. Holland and
secondary
with Javon Holland at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, you never know. You got another rookie coming in, whether you can sign him or not. In Cam Smith, he could be an addition to this team that could make some things happen. Maybe get a couple players for Noah Igbenogany. I don't know. I'm just wishing out there. But nonetheless, you've got an affordable secondary, which you're going to need, Vlad, we have to admit, because look at the murderer's row you're going up against in your very own division. You've got Josh Allen, great quarterback. You've got Aaron Rodgers, who we're expecting to be good.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
And Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones, whatever. He's not great, but he's okay. You deal with that. And then, I mean, you've got a terrible schedule against a lot of good quarterbacks. You start off
Herbert,
right away. Let's go. Let's go. So you're going to need that good secondary throughout the season. A lot of good quarterbacks that you are going to be facing this year. And, you're not going to win them all, but if you can win a majority of them, you're looking pretty good.
So if Jalen Ramsey's number 1, then Vic Fangio has to be the second.
You're exactly right. Number 2, Vic Fangio, the coach's coach, they say, when it comes to defense. Not only do you go and find someone that has been tutelaged under him and has learned under him, no, you go get the main man. You get Vic Fangio. You get the defensive guru for a team that is already gifted, not just in secondary, but on defense altogether. Christian Wilkins, those whole guys, a whole 9 yards right there.
Former coach of Bradley Chubb's, and
you
traded for Bradley Chubb and signed him to that contract. So yeah,
I expect Bradley Chubb too to have a when you say a bounce back year, and I wouldn't even say bounce back. I'd say a year where he's just more comfortable.
Yeah,
he's got his coach now. He definitely understands the system that they're going to be,
and he knows where he's going to be for the next 2 to 3 years at least.
I think Bradley Chubb just got drop somebody in the middle of nowhere and tell him go. He's kind of or getting punched real quick. You got to clear up a little bit. I think he's cleared up. I think he's going to be fine. This defense is going to be top notch. You got a great coach. You've got great talent on it. You're going to be fine. So he says the offseason is great. Now, you might probably ask him, well, who else had a really good offseason that you think maybe they're formidable foes? Number 3, Dallas Cowboys, he says.
What, the addition of Stephon Gilmore?
Stuff like that, yeah. And signing Cooper, not Cooper, the running back. I forgot who they franchised. Number 4,
Pollard. Pollard?
Yep, Pollard. Number 4, you get the Eagles. They had a great draft. They've got some good players. They made some good moves. They've re-signed some people. Nothing wrong with that. Number 5, the Packers. Okay. Number 6, the Bengals. That's probably a lot of whole Joe Burrow and
not even. That's just signing Orlando Brown.
Right.
That's it.
Trying to see the Bills in the conference are in at number 8. You get the Bills coming in right there. Patriots at number 16. So you see Dolphins, AFC East, number 2. Bills, number 8. Patriots, number 16. Where did your New York Jets fall?
I believe 23.
23. They got one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Still not a very good offseason for me.
It's one of the best off seasons in Jets history.
If you're a Jets fan, you have to feel great about yourself right now.
Listen, Bill Barnwell's not an Aaron Rodgers fan. So therefore, as you can see, he has the Packers up and he has the Jets down. But whatever.
Let me tell you about Aaron Rodgers real quick. And I like Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I've got the kind of tie to Green Bay. I went to University of Wisconsin. I have family. Well, not family, but I have friends up there. And I followed him. And I like his attitude. Don't buy into this. Look here, say this, do this. Oh. He's going to do that. He's going to tell you to look and aim your attention in every direction that he wants you to take you off of what he's really doing. Oh, his calf. Oh, he just doesn't want to do OTAs. Oh, he's going on a ayahuasca retreat. Oh, he's past his prime. Oh, he doesn't like his teammates. Oh, he's going to get tired of New York real fast. Oh, he's going to start winning games. He's going to start winning games.
Thank you, Dan.
Don't buy into this when Aaron Rodgers starts doing this, because it always happens. I want to be traded. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. You don't have any weapons for me. I don't like any of the guys on my team. He does this all the time.
I went to Lambeau last year.
He's a master.
I asked the fans there, asked them what they feel about Aaron now, and they were basically, it's like a relationship. They're getting tired of they got tired of each other. So now it's how you're going to divorce. Is it going to be an amicable divorce, or is it going to be a nasty divorce? Right now, as you can see with the reports that are being leaked out, he did an interview with The Athletic that he and the Packers just had some weak communication, and they didn't want to communicate. How about that?
No.
You just kind of wanted everything just to happen the way it did, and now it did, and now everything's going to come out. It's, you're going to hear that Aaron and had asked his agent had asked that the Packers is either trade Aaron or fire the GM. It's nasty work. So
it's a business.
It's a business. So therefore, if you are in the group that is not a fan of Aaron Rodgers, like Bill Barnwell, you're going to take shots at anything that involves Aaron Rodgers, which is the Jets, making the trade for him and saying that it's the 23rd best move in the offseason when it's the most talked about move for the offseason. How can that be number 23? Bro?
Right. Well, let's do this. And we're going to get back to the Dolphins real quick because I want to focus in on that. But you got to give the Jets some credit right there with that unbelievably stout defense. Maybe one of the best, if not the best defense in the league. Now the Dolphins probably have the best defense in the league. Nonetheless.
No, they don't. But the Dolphins do have one of the better defenses in the league.
Couldn't let that one slide by, could you?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be honest, bro, I don't think Buffalo's making the playoffs this year.
Ooh, not making the playoffs.
No. I think the Jets and the Dolphins are going to be the two teams representing the AFC East in the playoffs.
Okay. With
one of them winning the division, and who I'm siding over there. I think my team is going to win the division, but I do think the Dolphins will be the second best team
in the AFC.
In the AFC East. AFC East. And
better than the Kansas City Chiefs?
Second best team in the AFC East. Okay. And I think they might get
the
top,
AFC East?
The top wild card. I don't think you want, dude. If you're the AFC South Division winner, you don't want to take on the Dolphins in the postseason.
That AFC, man, theoretically, you could have the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Bills,
whoever comes out,
the Dolphins, the Jets.
Fam, literally, whoever makes the AFC playoffs, any one of those teams can win.
Like I'm saying, there's 5 teams that realistically could come out of the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. Like I said,
the 3 division winners and 2 wildcard teams.
I mean, I'm legit. Kansas City, Cincinnati, Miami. I'll give you the Jets and Buffalo. Is there anybody? I mean, those are 5 legit.
You forgot Baltimore.
Let's see what happens with Lamar Jackson. They are stacked. They've got some players. We got players.
I'm never counting Baltimore.
Never count Lamar Jackson out, especially now that he's happy. Yeah, buddy. And you got to play them too. By the way, you need that secondary. You need that front line. You need that defense
and the Finch. Obviously, we all know what the number one.
Okay,
thing with the Finns is if their quarterback stays healthy, the Finns are
of course we're gonna get to
major problem.
So the Jets have a stout defense, and all they did was add one of the legendary quarterbacks who knows how to win and knows how to complete passes and knows how to play football. Yeah, that's a good pickup. That's a good offseason. But look what the Dolphins have done. They've kind of shored up the offensive line a little more.
They've gotten with Isaiah Wynn.
Yeah.
Meh.
You got a guy that knows what he's doing. It's about gelling. It's not about being a superstar, Orlando Pace type blocker. You get that defense that is unbelievable. Vic Fangio, hopefully it's going to work out, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
That was the move of the offseason to me.
Tua Tagovailoa, he knows the offense. It seems like everything started clicking last year. If he can stay healthy, and I know every time we're going to say if, every team could say if. The only reason the if is a little bigger for the Dolphins is because of what happened last season. 2, 3 concussions, depending on how you look at it, and how, if Tua does get hurt, hopefully not his head, just something. You get Mike White, who can ball out for one game. He's proven in the past he can ball out for a game. Yeah, I think he went 2-3 last year with the Jets. Am I right about that? 2-3.
I like Mike White.
I like Mike White.
I just don't think you want Mike White playing more than
game,
A game or
a
two.
game or two. That's fine. Well, that means you're going to be a good team. If Tua plays a majority of the games, maybe sits out a game with an ankle or has to sit out a half of the game with, an arm or a finger that, hits a helmet, you're okay. That's fine. Mike White will be fine. Skylar Thompson, hopefully I mean this in the nicest way to Skylar Thompson. Hopefully we do not see you at all this season. Hopefully you get paid and you hold a clipboard for the whole entire season. Sky is not the limit for me. And I know that's not popular with some people. The sky is not the limit. Let's limit him to holding a clipboard. Let's keep Tua in the game and let's win. I'll say
see
this.
what you did there.
Yeah, I'll say this, and I've said it before, and I'm going to go on the record one more time with it, and probably a couple more times when the season gets closer. Tua stays relatively healthy, plays the majority. When I say a majority, a lot of the games, maybe misses a game or two, but he plays 15 games
With the way this,
with the defense,
with the way that the conference is, the schedule.
with Vic Fangio.
I'm just saying, it's just that there's just so
Tough
many
schedule, second tough schedule in the league.
So many good teams with above average quarterbacks in that conference.
Second toughest schedule.
I
in the
mean,
league
if you
behind
look at the
Philadelphia
top
Eagles.
10 quarterbacks in the NFL, I just think there may be one quarterback from the NFC, and that's Jalen Hurts.
That's it.
Everybody else is in the AFC.
I mean, you got Derek
And
Carr there in New Orleans, though,
and-
man.
Derek Carr's not a top 10 quarterback. And you got other quarterbacks that their legacy, their history, their past, which states that they should be good, but they might have shown some signs of, that they might be time to put the car in the garage. But I think Russell Wilson will be a better quarterback this year with Sean Payton.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. Trevor Lawrence is going to take another major step.
Yes,
So
I don't see him digressing.
I don't see him digressing. This is going to be a Jimmy G.
Don't forget you have Pittsburgh over there. I think Kenny Pickett's going to take a step up this year.
Kenny Pickett's going to take a
You
step
think Mike
up.
Tomlin's making mistakes? I don't think so.
Never had a
losing season.
Come on, man. So he knows what he knows what he needs to do. It's also funny with the Raiders and the Jimmy G situation. I mean, say what we want about Jimmy G, he's a winner, but he never stays healthy. So that's the other thing. Like as much as we talk about the greatness of these teams and their quarterbacks and their success, it all comes down to health. Who's healthy? Who's able to play?
Did you hear though the other day? Your guy Le'Veon Bell said that he used to smoke weed before games and used to live
Who
the
doesn't?
life. But that's I couldn't walk out of this building high as hell, much less play a sporting event. Kudos to them. But he also said one thing you learn when you leave Pittsburgh, it's not about smoking weed. It's not about any of that. You learn how important coaching is. He said, I went from Mike Tomlin to Adam Gase, and Adam Gase was terrible.
Yeah.
This is the thing I took from it. We already knew Adam Gase is terrible. People still sleep on Mike Tomlin. Not only is Mike Tomlin one of the greatest coaches in the league right now, he's up there with some of the great coaches of all time for what he's been able to do. Let's give Mike Tomlin some credit. Sometimes guys go crazy and, leave the team, and they always circle back and say, I didn't know how good I had it with Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. They always circle back. Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, all those guys. But getting back to the Dolphins. So now you got the defense loaded. Vic Fangio. Yeah, give that man a loaded gun and see what happens. You've got the offense. Tua can stay healthy. Like I said, if he can play 15 games or so, especially at the end of the season. You got Mike McDaniel. I see him not making some of the same rookie mistakes, and he did make some rookie mistakes last year. He didn't challenge that Green Bay catch. That wasn't really a catch. He also, remember in the playoffs when he had the wrong personnel to go for it on fourth down, little things like that. Hopefully he's learned his lesson. They get better. I still see this team maybe not winning the AFC East for the simple fact their schedule is just brutal. And you got to bring it day in, day out. And these teams are really, really good. They're playing. But I see them being battle tested, kind of like this Heat team, kind of like this Panthers team. See a trend here in South Florida. Maybe you don't win that division. Maybe you get in as a wild card. But now you're battle tested and you're ready to roll. And I can see the Dolphins making it to the Super Bowl. And like I said before, when you get into a Super Bowl, anything can happen, Vlad.
Yep.
I'm excited. Hope springs eternal once again. But what do we always follow but with, Vlad? But
there's a flip to it.
But
there's a flip to it.
Tua needs to stay healthy.
Huh?
Come
That's
on.
the flip to it.
Come on. No flipping it. Just keep it going, Tua. That's something right there. And up next, Vlad, you're going to decide whether it is something or nothing here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Text WQAM on the Kendall
They say they gon' ride me. See me never do nothing. They know that's the reason they gon' end up on the news.
It is a Saturday fun day. Finals time here in South Florida, not just at the University of Miami, FAU, FIU, Miami-Dade County getting those finals done. The Heat and the Panthers, they're trying to pass their finals too. Tonight, game 1, Eastern Conference Finals. Your Florida Panthers going to be taking on, oh, it kind of sound like Doug Plagans right there. Your Florida Panthers going to be taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Puck drops at 8. Of course, you can hear the pregame starting at 7 right here on 560 WQAM. Then Doug Plagans' beautiful voice going to be over the airwaves and the Odyssey app starting at 8. We're going to get back to all that, but right now we got to get to a little something called Something or Nothing. I'm going to run through some headlines real quick, and Vlad is going to tell me whether it's something or nothing. Let's get things started. Man City did defeat your Man U 2-1 in the FA Cup earlier today. Is that something or nothing?
It's something.
Yeah.
Second part of their trouble. Next week they can complete it.
So, English Premier League, check.
Check.
FA Cup in a derby, check.
Oh, big. That's a big one too.
And it gets even bigger.
Next week against Inter Milan.
Inter Miami could win the UEFA's Champions Cup. I don't know why I said two. Yeah, so that's going to be a big one right there for Man City.
Yeah, they could be Inter Milan next week. That's big, man. Getting into trouble. That's something that Pep teams always seem like they're on the verge of doing, but they never do. Something always happens to them in the Champions League. So they finally got over Real Madrid. They finally got to the final.
The Blue. They're favored.
They are the favorite.
Your Marcus Randall had surgery on his left ankle. You know that was bothering him in their series against the Heat. Is that something or nothing?
It's nothing.
No, we knew that was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
You opt for the surgery for the quicker recovery and the fuller recovery usually. Yeah. It's the off season.
I mean, he sprained his ankle twice. So, yeah, he's, it's good. Get healthy. Learn how to shoot.
Novak Djokovic, he says he feeds off the negative energy, but he was irked the other day after the crowd continued to boo him incessantly at the French Open after a win. Is that something or nothing?
It's nothing because he's just going to use it to fuel him and just beat the crap out of the remaining opponents left and win the men's draw. Yeah, since there's no Nadal, there's no Federer, he's just going to win.
Are they booing him because of the whole political thing with vaccination, or are they booing him for just a multitude of things?
It's everything.
I think it's more the vaccination.
There's been other things with him. I mean, they called him the Joker, and it took him a while for the people, the tennis public, to really like him. And then he just became such a badass and probably the best tennis player, literally, because he can win in any
surface,
surface on any court. And he was very adamant about his stance about the COVID shots, and he feels right now that he was right. So, but he's still being held back in certain tournaments enter because of not having a shot. But yeah,
I wish
it's not gonna bother him, bro. It's gonna be fuel to him.
Yeah, he definitely will. Snoop Dogg has canceled his Doggy Style anniversary shows in June to show solidarity for the writers' strike. Is that something or nothing?
It's interesting.
Because he doesn't really have much to do with. Oh, I guess Snoop does have some TV
they're artists.
stuff.
That's in
right.
we live in a weird time now with content publishing and writing, where if you're a musician, especially in hip hop, you're a writer. Those lyrics that you put to music, you're a writer. You're an artist. So you want to show support to your other fellow artists,
yeah, especially writers like you. And another thing
I hope tickets were selling well, because I don't want to,
it's moved to October now, he said. But this is the thing, Snoop isn't just a rapper or a writer. He does deal a lot in television and movies and stuff like that, which is directly affected by writers. So you know what? I have no problem with that. Let's go. I like that. A little bit of solidarity right there. You know who else I like? Becky G. Ooh. She celebrates Mexican-American heritage with a track called The Fire Inside, which is going to appear on a movie that is directed by Eva Longoria called Flamin' Hot. That's going to be on Disney Plus June 9th. Is that something or nothing?
Always something with Becky G.
Yes, indeed. Becky G. She's coming to town too. We might have to go to that concert too. It's going to be fun. A man refuses to allow his wife to go on vacation without him some 16 months after she gave birth to their first child. Is that something or nothing?
A man won't let his wife go on vacation.
Let me give you the twists and turns, though.
Yeah, please do.
She is the breadwinner in the family and works 2 jobs. He oftentimes takes off from work so that he can take care of the kids. So he feels as though if she's going on a vacation to relax, he also should be able to go on that vacation to relax. There you go. Now, something or nothing.
Nah, man. She's the breadwinner, man. She's working 2 jobs to bring home the bacon. Yeah, you gotta let her go dolo.
Dude, she gave birth to the baby and
gave
she's
birth,
making the
baby?
money.
Wait, she was working and carrying the baby at the same time. Yeah, man. You gotta let her go dolo, man. Let her go dolo.
And you want to kind of give me a weekend to myself, even though it's with the baby? Yeah, I'm gonna be the good husband right there.
You know where that baby's going? That baby's going to the grandparents.
Mama, Big Lynn, take care of that baby.
I'm out. I'm outside.
Me and you, Vlad, we out, baby.
What?
We going to the finals.
Out, man. You want to go? Oh, you want to go to the islands? Go ahead, man.
She comes back. It was so relaxing. You look relaxed too. Yeah, baby. Good times. Take more vacations. You should take more vacations.
You don't want Dexter St. Jack coming in at the islands, because there's gonna be a Dexter St. Jack hollering at your wife.
Hey, that's okay.
So you better go find yourself some second helpings, man. Because I always say keep the bullpen ready.
You're right, man. I gotta keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Hold up.
Bullpen ready, baby.
Pause it. Vlad says it. Say it one more time so everyone can hear it.
Keep the bullpen ready. Always have a spot starter, a long reliever, somebody on deck. When the main starter wants to act up or decide that they just want to have a short start, pull Severino like yesterday, give up 6 runs. All right, cool. That's good. Always have a righty or lefty in the bullpen ready.
Man, I can always count on you to get me back on track, Vlad. Thank you so much for that.
But that's why I'm here.
Have you heard about this viral trend? Have you heard of this viral trend that if you wear a red dress to a wedding, it sends a certain message to the bride? Do you know what that message is?
I'm taking your man?
No, it means I've had your man before.
Oh!
So there's a viral trend now saying if you wear a red dress to a wedding, you're telling the bride to be that you slept with her man.
Oh, that's something, bro.
In the future. I mean, in
That's
the past. That's something. Now
Wait. Hold up.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening.
So she's wearing red. Does the bride had knowledge that this person might have been with the other person before?
That's the new rule.
I'm trying to figure out, if that's a homegirl from her side, that
Ooh.
that would be weird. Because if you know that I'm about to marry somebody that you had, relations with,
you gotta let them know.
Then you gotta know, she should know that she can't wear red. This has got to be somebody that she does not know.
Ooh.
Maybe from his side, maybe a homegirl. You know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes you might have messed with your homegirl once or twice, and y'all cool with each other, but you might have not gotten a relationship.
Maybe you're like dad's best friend's daughter. You and her hooked up a couple times, had it going on, and now they're invited. That family was invited to the wedding.
And you wear red?
She's letting you know.
Oh, and she wears red? Nah, then she's basically saying, she's making a claim like, yo, I can have that again.
See, Vlad, we're letting the world know about important things. You could be going to a wedding tonight or tomorrow, see a woman in a red dress and not thinking anything of it. Now you know.
Oh,
a message is being sent.
I'm gonna be like, oh,
homeboy done got that.
The groom smashed that.
Got it. And if you're a girl that didn't know that now and you're listening, you're saying, I was going to wear red to that wedding tonight, but now, hell no. I ain't getting beat up by no.
Nah, what if your girl's telling you she's wearing red? You got to think like, yo, wait a minute, you smash
now you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Man, that's something right there.
That ain't Kool-Aid.
Woo, we got something tonight. Game 1, Stanley Cup Finals. The Cats, the Ice Cats.
Cat
gonna
fever,
make it
baby.
happen. We're going to talk about that over the next hour here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Listen to WQAM.
It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
We got a Saturday here on Sports Day. Got another hour with you. We have learned a lot over these past 3 hours. Number one, not time to hit the panic button if you are the Miami Heat. Vlad says, even if you lose another game, not time to hit the panic button. I say, go ahead and touch that button. Go ahead and touch that button. Panthers, they're getting things started tonight against the Vegas Knights. Pundits are kind of split on whether it'll be the Panthers or the Knights. That's okay. Both teams pretty evenly matched. We've got the greatest goaltender in the world right now. Vegas Knights have a lot of offense. Should be a very, very good fight, but we like that Paul Maurice is cool, and this team is a team of destiny. We also learned that if you wear red to a wedding, you're a trifling hoe.
Pretty much.
Good things to know on a weekend, especially here in South Florida. So keep all those things in mind as you dive deeper and deeper into this weekend. Talked a little bit about Mike McDaniel. We read between the lines, and sounds like he's more of a Nuggets fan than a Heat fan. But
yeah, he's trying to play slick. Come on, man. Stop.
You know, I grew up with the Nuggets, and we had a.
I'm an only child. Nobody asked you if you were only child.
But I would choose, if I had kids, that you love one more than the other. So if you've got two children that you love and you like, I just wish Denver would win it in 48 years, not 40, so whatever. It's
Yeah,
like,
bro. Nobody asked you if you were only child. Why are you giving me a sob story? Just let me know if who you like, who you rooting for. You rooting for the team that you always loved growing up, or you rooting for the team in the city that you work in?
I don't hate you for choosing either one, to be honest with you, because sometimes we get people, and there's certain people in this building that grew up with a certain team, and when the Heat play that certain team, they're all in on the Heat. I'm like, how are you going to sell out your birth team like that? Like, there's respect to still love your birth team. Like you, I respect that you said Knicks all the way, baby. I mean, you didn't say I love the Heat, but you said Knicks all the way.
But I take shots at the Heat when it's against the Knicks, but I never clown on the Heat. I respect the franchise and everything. But I'm gonna die. I die with my team,
right? And I respect that. If Mike McDaniel would come out and said, "Yo, look, I grew up with this team. They're my first love. You're always gonna love your first love. First cut is the deepest. I am here in Miami. I'm Mr. Three." Thank you, Rod Stewart. But look, I ride or die. I love Miami. I'm Mr. 305. Wait till the Dolphins get on the field. You know, me and Spo are friends, all this stuff. It's just, man, you know, I grew up with this team. I'm ride or die. And it's simple for me. I always say this. Do I love the Miami Dolphins? Absolutely. Have I always loved the Miami Dolphins? Absolutely. Growing up being named Dan, seeing Dan Marino, unbelievable. But when they play the Saints, sorry, I'm black and gold to the Super Bowl. Same thing with Miami Heat. Love the Miami Heat. Followed them for a long time. Love the culture. I even support Heat culture. Not like some people that, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying some people say, man, Heat culture or whatever. It's such a no. I don't say that. I believe in Heat culture, but you play in the New Orleans Pelicans, I hope you die. Now, when it comes to the Miami Marlins, I'm in a really.
Jesus. Man.
Okay, that was a little too harsh.
Wow. You know,
I get carried away. I get carried away.
Just out the gate, just death. We didn't even think about it. There's not even steps. It was just automatic. We just went straight to boom.
Probably shouldn't wish death on my friends and stuff.
Gosh.
Now, when it comes to the Miami Marlins, you know I'm in that relationship. We love each other. Can't quit each other. It's Marlins ride or die till the day I die. Let's go Marlins. Brian De La Cruz, my dude. Let's keep it going. Sandy Alcantara, come on, man. But yeah, I'm all the way on the Marlins. When it comes to the Ice Cats, Panthers, tonight, they're my hockey team. Ride or die. Let's go. Till the day I die. So yeah, that's just kind of how I break it down. But you know what? I'm honest about it. I don't sit there and say, well, you know, if you think about it, the Pelicans are a team that has been around as long as the Heat. So if you think about the Heat and you know that I have to help cover the Heat and I have to work with the Heat, and you know, you see, because I used to, no, it's okay. It's okay. So Mike McDaniel, if you legitimately are pulling for the Heat, kudos to you. If you really are pulling for Denver, you should have told us. We want some honesty in this. We're not going to think less of you for doing that. And if you're a Heat fan and you would think less of Mike McDaniel for doing that, well, come on, that's a little petty, don't you think, Vlad? A little bit.
It's petty, man.
Yeah,
it's petty.
You know what? Mike McDaniel's job isn't to cheer on the Heat or the Nuggets. Mike McDaniel's job is to win games with the Miami Dolphins. You know what? You can cheer for whoever the hell you want in the offseason. As long as you get the Dolphins to the Super Bowl, I think it's A-okay with me, man. Just do your job. That's all I ask. Any day, anytime, anywhere. Speaking of any day, anytime, anywhere, over the past week, we had some quite nice highlights. Let's run it back with some music with the montage.
Game 7. Horford in Celtic green. Alafaya in the road black. Foster with the rock in the air.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Since you're pretty soon as you came in the door.
It's Inter Miami in the black with pink trim from left to right. It's Montreal in the gray and blue from right to left, and we're underway from Saputo Stadium.
And for the Marlins, it is Edward Cabrera on the hill today, hoping for the good, sharp Edward. We've seen it at times in the 11 starts so far, coming off a no decision against the Angels Saturday.
Welcome to the NBA Finals. The Heat is on the radio. Miami Heat is championship round.
Here at Drive Pink Stadium, we are ready to get underway. And there's the whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. The Red Bulls with the ball moving from left to right. And the all pink of Inter Miami defending the goal to the right.
Extremely invested, so I don't lose any sleep by saying, you know what, Denver Nuggets, why don't we wait 48 years? Not 47, so.
Yeah, there's an excitement now, and they're looking forward to get on the road, just get it going. It's kind of been here a while, but the ice was good today and 2 days ago. They're enthusiastic about being out there. Lots of jumping.
As the Eastern Conference Championship belongs to the Heat. 103-84 the final.
There's the final whistle. Montreal holds on for the 1-0 victory at home.
And the struggles continue, Phil, for Phil Neville and Inter Miami, dropping to last in the East.
In these 2023 NBA Finals, they have won all 4 of their game ones this postseason, all here at Ball Arena. They came in the first 3, outscoring their opponent by an average of 17. And they'll win this one by 11.
Costas, and that is going to do it. The final whistle from Pierre-Luc Lossier. And a few more boos and whistles from the crowd here at Drive Pink. 1-0 to the Red Bulls.
Come for me. You know, if you're unhappy, hit the manager. Don't go for one of my boys. Don't go for one of my young kids, because that hurts. That's personal.
3-2, bouncer toward third. Segura across the diamond. It's a Marlins win. Shut out the Oakland A's 4-0. Nice 3-hit night with a home run for Jesus Sanchez. And the Marlins win this one 4-0.
Money out of sight towards fights. Put up or shut up.
Tonight, it is time to put up or shut up for the Panthers and the Vegas Golden Knights. They're going to be playing game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, 8 o'clock. You can hear pregame starting at 7 o'clock right here on 560 WQAM. Then tomorrow night, 8:30 is when game 2 between the Nuggets and the Miami Heat tips off. Pre-Heat with Alejandro Solana going to be starting at 7:30. Then Tommy Tig, Jason Jackson, Amy Audibert on the call. Tommy Tig and Alejandro Solana going to be on the post game. Telling you, if you're in Denver right now, Vlad, have you ever been to Denver? I want to ask you that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so you hit up the dispensaries.
Denver as of the time, like the dispensaries open up and everything out there.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, so maybe you're in Denver right now and you're listening on the Odyssey app, or you're watching us right now on YouTube Live or the Twitch page, and you need some help. Hit up a dispensary. Really easy, really simple. No worries about that. Then if you're trying to get some good food, because maybe you get a little hungry after you hit up the dispensaries and you got a day off today, you're not going to the game until tomorrow night, I'll tell you where to go. Colfax Street. It's a little ghetto. It's a little grimy. It's a little artsy. There's a place called Kinga's Lounge. Great Polish food and fare. So Kinga's Lounge, one of those hot spots in Denver. If you're going dispensaries, I can't give you a hot spot dispensary. Just find one, find a brewery, and then hit up Kinga's Lounge. Great Polish food. Real quick, let's hit up some headlines before we get going. I already told you tonight, 8 o'clock, game 1, Stanley Cup Finals. Who would have thunk it as the season ended? Who would also thunk it that the Heat were in the finals? Well, they're down 1-0 because the Nuggets got them 104-93. No worries, though. Game 2 tomorrow night at 8:30. 7:30. The Marlins, they did defeat the A's 4-0 last night. Brian De La Cruz, that's my dude, 2 for 4, while Edward Cabrera pitched 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk. The two play again today at 4:10. Coral Gables Regional is off and running. The Canes defeated Maine 9-1. Texas down Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns 4-2. So Miami and Texas will do battle tonight at 6 o'clock. Inter Miami, they have fired. I called it sacked. Vlad says fired. Head coach Phil Neville.
Your ass is fired.
They've got an interim coach, Javi Morales. He's going to be coaching the team as they take on DC United at 7:30. I expect a bounce back. Vlad, do you expect more of the same or a bounce back?
Bounce back.
Okay, I do too. That's one of those soccer things too. You get a new coach, you get some new blood, and the team just seems to respond, at least for a game or two. Now, maybe not all of the season, but for a game or two. Dolphins have signed 3 of their 4 rookies to contracts, including running back Devon Achane, tight end Elijah Higgins, and O-lineman Ryan Harris. Corner Sam Smith remains unsigned. In the round 3 of the French Open, Coco Gauff defeated Mira Andreeva in 3 sets. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. I know you're going to like this one, Vlad. Talk about keeping a bullpen.
Yeah.
This is kind of an odd bullpen. A man encourages his girlfriend to sleep with other men when he's away working. He says it's made their relationship stronger because she's honest about it. He also feels as though when he's away, she's being taken care of. Oh, she's being taken care of. And he even wants pictures of the rendezvous because it kind of turns him on.
He's a cuckold.
Yeah. I guess, can you respect that?
I mean,
if that's what you like.
I mean, if you're okay with it, fine. I hope there's a flip to that. I hope there's she's, when he's away, she should understand that
when he's on the road too. When the cat's away, the mice will play. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
Man, some road action. That's nice.
Open relationship.
That road action is nice too. No strings
it's always
attached.
good.
It's beautiful. You're at the hotel bar drinking. You meet somebody from, I don't know, Omaha, Nebraska, and you both know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
And then when you
both
got
sharing a room.
I mean,
you're both sharing the same hotel.
Yeah.
Nothing can come back to you. Everything that I'm at the hotel.
And you know me, Vlad. When I check into a hotel and they ask, "Would you like a king bed or 2 doubles?" 2 doubles. Because
Absolutely.
You got a bed for sleeping
and a bed for
whatever else you're doing. But like you're only one person. Why do you need 2 doubles?
He said I would be the only person tonight.
I don't need to. Do I need to draw you a map on how this is going to work? But as far as being a cuckold, count me out on that, man. I don't want, in no way, shape, or form do I want anybody giving it to my old lady except for me. Am I clear with that? Or maybe I don't know how you get down, Vlad, but
if you're my old lady, that's it.
That's it.
It's I want you to think you're the only one, but you have to understand you're the only one. I'm the only one for you. I want you to think that you're the only one for me.
If you hear that tapping sound, get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah.
That's me calling for the bullpen every once in a while.
Yeah. Always got to get a call to the bullpen.
Got a call to the bullpen. Actually, speaking of relationships, this is a testy time of the year for some people because maybe you are all about these finals. You got to watch the Panthers. You got to watch the Heat. This is legendary. It's history in the making. But maybe your significant other is like, wait, what? Who? What? What's going on? Wait, what is a 7? Wait, how do you play a 7-game series? What sport is that? And you're kind of caught in between. Vlad and I are going to walk you through that and also kind of tell you what's going to be happening with the Panthers and the Heat over these next 2 days here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Breaking news from AM 5.
on the free Odyssey app. Just search WQAM, make us your favorite station, and you'll get South Florida's best sports talk and play-by-play of the Heat, Panthers, Hurricanes, and Inter Miami. Free. Enjoy.
Thank you for joining us on 560, the Odyssey app, YouTube Live, or the Twitch page. This is Sports Day weekends from noon to 4 Eastern Time. Vladimir Louison is my cousin. I am Dan Day. Hit us up at Dan Day Radio at Vlad2078. Such a good time to be a sports fan in South Florida. Finals mania. And it continues tonight at 8 o'clock with the Panthers and the Vegas Golden Knights. And like I said, Vlad, sometimes got to keep a bullpen to pitch from, but sometimes part of that bullpen doesn't include someone that really cares much about sports or even has a distaste for sports. But you got to get your sports in, man. This is legendary times. So what do you do when you're in one of those situations that calls for you wanting to watch sports, but also be with the person that you care about that really does not like sports and really does not find sports all that sexy? You've been dropping dimes all day long, Vlad. What is your move?
It's the finals, B. So she's got to learn. She's got to understand.
She's got to love you for who you are, right?
She fell in love with you. She know that you were a sports fan, and she has to understand when it gets to the final stages, no pun intended, but when you're talking about the championships, Stanley Cup and NBA Finals, she's got to understand it's going to be days that her attention is only going to be from the time you wake up to tip-off or puck drop. And then she's got to understand there's 3 hours of sports, of action. And then there's probably going to be another hour and a half of 2 hours of watching Sports Center, breaking it down, which is like you didn't break it down already and didn't see what you saw already, but you want to see replays and hear the analyst.
Yeah.
The analyst's review of the game, and then you need to talk to your friends and everything like that. So you're talking about
just a half an evening.
It's probably like a quarter. Yeah, it's an evening. It's an evening. But you talk about 6 or 7 hours of that.
Independence is an important part of every relationship. You tell them, look, you go do your thing. I'll go do mine. And when I say your thing, you and your friends, girlfriends, particularly, preferably. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch the game, or I might go hang out with some friends and do that. Now, I got caught in a situation Thursday where I didn't have that option.
Game one.
Yeah, game one. So I'm off. Thank goodness. I said, okay, cool. I'm going to just pick a bar that has the game on. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Well, I got preempted with, we're going to go into a place called Strata in Coral Gables. It's an Italian restaurant. Super cool. We get there right around game time. Cool, chic little Italian restaurant. Still got that rustic city feel to it. And they just so happened to sit me facing the TV at the bar, the only TV in the room. And she had her back to the TV. So I pulled this move.
God loves you.
I know. I said, like, so I said, you know what? I just want to enjoy this evening. Let's take our time. Let's relax. Let's not rush anything. I just want to hear all about you.
Even though you weren't. Yeah, but obviously, because there's no sound of the game on. So your eyes are watching the game, but your ears are trying to listen. Your ears are not listening. You're only catching like every 2 words.
Yeah.
Just to keep it like, oh, wow, really? Damn, honey. Like, yeah.
There could have been some really serious questions that I said yes to that I have no clue what I said yes to. Oh, good. Nonetheless, I got to watch the game for the most part. Things started wrapping up. The Heat get down by 20. Say, okay, you know what? We're finished. Let's go take a walk. Walk by a place called Green Street, which looked really cool. I was like, oh, look, the game's on. You want to grab a drink and just see how it's going? We kind of watched a little bit of the run. I got the whole game experience. But now tonight, might not have that option. I got to try to figure out how I'm going to keep an eye on this Panthers game. But nonetheless, is it okay, Vlad, if you're with a significant other, and maybe she knows you're watching the game, to do one of these? Yes! Or, come on! I was about to say a cuss word on air. Is it okay to overreact and yell and scream like you would be alone at your house? Or is that something you got to kind of...
No, you can't. Listen.
You don't want to embarrass yourself. It's embarrassing.
You cannot act the way that you do when you're alone at the house in public.
Right.
I watched Game 7 with my family on Memorial Day.
It's okay around family.
No.
Okay.
I thought I was bad. Women in my family are the worst. They say things that nobody should be able to say to like these players.
No.
And it's like, and you just let them get away with it because they're ladies.
Oh,
but
of course.
Man, some of the things that were said. So I don't think you should react the way you would do at home alone or with your friends at a restaurant. Nobody's here to see your reaction there, Dan. Sorry, cousin. but they're here to eat the great Italian meal. They're not here to
man.
see your reaction.
Strata was great though.
I bet. So it was great. You got a meal in the game.
I'll even say this: I've been to like LSU games where you and your buddies get together, and the ladies are with you. It's when I say a family affair, not so much family, but guys and girls included. And when my homeboy acts up and like throws his hat, it was like, damn it. Like there's women around, man. There's significant others, and his significant other was there too. And it's just like, dude, you can't be acting like that. Now, if it's just you and your guys, or you and your close family and friends, okay, I understand that. But when there's like significant others involved, you might want to temper down.
Tone it down, man. Just tone it
Don't
down.
go around. If we make a last-second goal tonight, Matthew Tkachuk gets the goal. I know you're going to be excited.
All right. So
Don't
like
go
for
around.
tonight, hold on for tonight. But you see, here's the thing though, with certain sports, it's different, right? Because like with hockey, if you were watching game 1 of that Eastern Conference final, right, between the Cats
Right,
and the
right.
Hurricanes,
That's going to be a long night for you.
that's
brother.
a long night. But you know what? Your significant other will understand because the hockey pressure, the tense, that sudden death, anything can happen. They're gonna get involved. They should be able to get
4
involved.
overtimes?
Hey, I mean, during those 4 overtimes, you can.
There's intermission.
There's intermissions. That's all I'm saying.
Just keep buying drinks, bro. That's what I'll do.
You were drinking. They were drinking. They were eating pizza and taking 5-hour energy drinks. You could do the same.
My thing is this: if Matthew Tkachuk or Alexander Barkov gets a last-second goal or an overtime goal tonight, don't go run around the bar hugging
No,
randoms.
you should. It's Saturday night. Go ahead. Do that. It's Saturday night. If they win an overtime game, if they win another way, if they win the way the Cats have been winning, celebrate. Go kiss a female. Ladies, go kiss them. No, guys, don't kiss a female.
No.
No, guys. I mean, you should, but you shouldn't because that could be a case. But ladies, go kiss a man. Ladies, go kiss men.
Yeah,
there'll be no cases.
Give some
thrown.
blessings. Throw some blessings out there. As we say.
No. There'll be no cases will be thrown. There might be a cat fight if he's married or with his significant other. But yeah, do that. Celebrate. Go crazy. Go crazy, folks.
It's going to be wild tonight. I'm telling you, I expect it to be a close game. I expect it to be a thrilling game. I expect Matthew Tkachuk to be Matthew Tkachuk. I expect Sergei Bobrovsky not to take a step down, but the level of competition to kind of step up to him a little bit. Paul Maurice is going to stay cool, though. Vlad, am I wrong on any of my predictions / assessments so far on this game tonight?
No, you haven't been wrong with anything because the team. If there's a team you're very confident in South Florida, I think the Panthers. I think you're more confident with the Panthers than you are with the Heat, even with the greatness that Jimmy and Spo has shown. Just this run the Panthers have been ever since Game 5 of the first round against Boston. Like I said I'm never going against them. Like not going against them. Even then they could be down 3-0. I'm still not going against them.
I do want to ask you this, Vlad, and we did see it, and we noticed this throughout the playoffs. There's a big difference between regular season and playoffs. And there's also a big difference between playoffs and finals. We saw both Denver, I would say both Denver and Miami look a little tight, look a little bit nervous. It's the finals. You're going to have a little bit of nerves. You're going to have to work your way into it. I wouldn't be surprised if you see kind of both things happen from the Vegas Knights and the Florida Panthers tonight. I don't think either team comes out loose, willy-nilly, ready to rock and roll. I think, even Sergei Bobrovsky, this is a big stage. There's going to be some nerves, I think. And I think that's going to be that feeling out period tonight. I really, oh no, it doesn't matter. He does his routine night in, night out, day in, day out. He plays every game like it's the same. You can say that all you want, but to believe it and to act it, that's totally different. And that's okay. It's okay. I'm here to tell you that it is okay. I could see there being some nerves early on from guys like that we never expected from Sergei Bobrovsky and Matthew Tkachuk and vice versa on the Golden Knights. It happened with Denver. It happened with Miami in the first game of the NBA Finals.
They got some vets though, the Golden Knights.
But it's still, man, it's the finals.
Yeah.
It's
I know it's the finals, but it's still. I don't think anything's gonna really shake up this Panthers team. Like this, they're sick in the head, bro.
I could see some nerves.
I'm not. I don't think so. I think these guys are ready. They've been dying to hit somebody other than their own teammates. Like they've been ready to do this. Like 10 days is a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Dan.
10 days to think about it, though, and now you're finally here.
I don't think so. I don't really think so.
I'm just talking psychology here. I'm not. I think both sides.
I think it's just they're happy. Nobody expected this, especially from an 8 seed. They think they're a team of destiny. They're gonna go play. They could be down 2-0 in the first period. I don't think it's going to shake their confidence.
No, I don't think so either.
So I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about if they're rusty just because they haven't played in 10 days. And they were in such a rhythm. They had so much momentum that you want to see if it's going to take a while for them to get that back. And that's the scary part about this. Sometimes you never get it back. You never get it back.
Paul Maurice says he prefers the rest over the rust. So we have to trust in him right now. And guys have been playing well. They can get back to that form. I do believe in rhythm, but I also do believe in rest, and I believe they're professionals, and they're going to figure it all out.
Against a hell of a team.
Yep. No. I mean, you're not going to face anybody easy in the finals. There's
Jack
nobody.
Eichel.
There's nobody that's backed their way into the finals ever.
They got the vet and Phil Kessel. They got a good team, bro.
And I mean, they keep coming. That's what I say. Like, don't freak out. They keep coming.
Marshall.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that trade years ago.
Marshall.
Or whatever it was. Was it a trade or was it a expansion draft or something where we gave him up and he's been a legendary player for them?
Panthers are like the hockey Knicks. You ever see damn, this guy was you ever see a player that's like, damn, he was on our roster and then he goes to another team, he's just playing well and he's performing well and it's yeah. Once again, there's always been a former Knick in any roster of the NBA Finals over the last 40 years or so.
Yeah.
So
So
seeing some of your former players, former Panther players on other teams performing very well, you're like, damn, why was he doing this when he was with us?
Is there any truth to that markets like Miami, New York, LA, even New Orleans to that fact, markets that are known for having fast living and big time good times and everything like that, the teams underperform because players are too busy having the good life, as opposed to markets like Green Bay and Oklahoma City where teams actually overperform because they have less distractions? I don't believe in that.
I believe in that.
Oh, you do believe in that?
Yo, fam, you ever been to Green Bay?
Yes. No, it's too in the middle of sticks. No, nobody ever went up there.
I went there last year.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. I had to stay in Chicago.
Cool. That's a drive. That's like an 8-hour, 10-hour drive.
Not really. It's 3.5.
3.5 from Chicago?
Chicago to Green Bay.
Chicago to Madison is 3 hours.
Okay.
Madison to Green Bay is 4.
Yeah, it was just
Your math is off.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, it was only 3 hours. It's only 3 hours.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to Google Maps it.
It was 3 hours to get there, and it was 3.5 hours to get back home. But
lots of toll bridges. Whew.
But it's nothing to do in Green Bay. Like, we looked at it, was like, why would any free agent want to go to Green Bay? Like, what is there to do? There's only that bar and a Buffalo Wild Wings. There's nothing else. You have to go to Madison to get any type of life. Action, any type of the nearest thing you can consider city living would be Madison.
Nightlife and culture.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, these guys are professionals, man. Don't you think during the regular season they're kind of locked in and they're focused and they're doing what they have to do? And half the time they're on the road. Like, I don't know.
But you're playing in Vegas and you're playing in Florida. Clearly, nothing happened to those guys.
Yeah, it's easier for me to say, you know what, I'm locking it down for the season. But when this bad one comes up and me and my friends, we're all going out to Tootsie's or we're going out, you're not playing for another 2 days.
But you
should
focused,
come out. Yeah,
man.
you go
Or
out.
as Sergey like to say, focused.
Yeah,
Focus.
That's Spanish. Once again, that's Spanish for focus.
Okay, so therefore they can do it. They can keep away the Vegas distractions and the South Florida, South Beach distractions. They can do it.
You might have a point.
And because what? They're in the Stanley Cup Final.
You might have a point, though. I am a man. And if I have 3 days off and I'm here in South Florida and a couple of bad ones invite me out to Tootsie's or Live or anything like that, I'm looking around going, man, I got 3 days, man. I'm only a man. Might be onto something, Vlad. You might be.
Dan, you would cower. You would definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
If you were playing for the Panthers right now,
you're onto something.
If you were playing for the Panthers, right, and you had 10 days off,
you're onto something.
And they gave you like 3 days before you have to get back on the rink and get ready for the finals, Stanley Cup final. Where you going?
Sometimes I have 3 hours off and I go live it, man. So yeah, you're right. We're gonna get you ready for the Panthers game. Hopefully they're not partying too much. They'll be partying in a couple days when the series is over. This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
is not today's price.
You know it right there. Jimmy Butler telling you yesterday's price is not today's price. Did you see that, Vlad, the other night?
No, what'd he say?
So they asked him, if you guys win the NBA Finals, you're going to give the team a discount on Big Head Coffee since you won at a celebration. He goes, hell no, I'm going to charge him more. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Jimmy Butler's moving his coffee like Coke.
And the slick guy on ESPN used it earlier in the show because he had already seen the clip, and he was like, Jimmy Butler's stealing my line. I said, come on, man.
You're stealing Push's line. Right, actually, you're stealing Fat Joe's line.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. So Big Head Coffee, if you want it, get it now, because if they win that championship, it is going up. And I heard it's already really expensive to get Big Head Coffee. I've never even had it. I haven't not delighted.
No, I gotta try it. I'm a coffee lover. I gotta try it.
I'm a coffee lover, man. Give it to me black. Give it to me however you can. I want it. That sounded weird. Don't isolate that. Or isolate it, one or the other. Trevor, our dude right there, hitting us up. He needs a weather report for the Inter-Miami game tonight. It's going to be at Drive Pink Stadium. It is going to be hopefully raining goals. Unfortunately, it's probably going to also be raining most of the night. So hold on, guys.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I know. But what we're really worried about tonight, the Panthers going on to foreign ice, as I like to call it. Las Vegas, the Golden Knights. They've been to the Stanley Cup Finals before, just a couple of years ago. First expansion team to go all the way and almost win the whole thing, but they still haven't won it. Florida Panthers, 1996, they were there. Still haven't won it. Tonight, one of those teams going to take a step closer. You know what? You look at each other dead in the eye at the face-off and you go, first of four, let's dance.
Absolutely, first of four.
Matthew Tkachuk, Sergei Bobrovsky, Alexander Barkov, Nick Cousins, maybe a big goal here and there. My man, Anthony Duclair. Let's get some goals. Let's get some things going.
The Butcher.
Lamborghini.
I love Lamborghini.
I love this team, man. I love this team. I love what they've done.
Dookie.
It's all about the postseason. It's not about the postseason, not the regular season's price. I don't know. I'm excited about tonight, Vlad. You and I have talked about this. We both feel good. No, let's just not say both feel good. I say 4-3, no overtime, 4-3. Cats win in comeback fashion.
No, we're going to overtime.
Oh, we're going to overtime. Why not?
4-3 win in overtime.
Let's just keep playing. How many overtimes? How many overtimes we're getting tonight? 2? 1?
It might be a double overtime.
I believe in Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk, he sees overtime, starts salivating like Pavlov's dogs, bro.
I tell you this, if he tells them, let's go, I know where they're going. Sapphires.
Is that the place in Vegas? I don't know the strip club.
I don't know. I think they're going to Sapphires in Vegas.
Okay. That is one reason.
That's what I know I'll be doing.
You know, in Carolina, when he scored that 4 overtime goal, he was pointing back to the locker room.
Yeah.
Tonight, Sapphires. Sapphires.
Nothing to do in Carolina.
We're going to Sapphires, baby. Sapphires.
Yeah. Sapphires, or get ready for Dre's nightlife. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you're in Denver right now, Kinga's Lounge, good Polish place to have a few drinks and have a good time.
Couple of dispensaries.
There's a lot of that. Don't worry about it. You'll find it. Go to maybe Voodoo Donuts at night. They also have Spades Pizza. That's another good place if you're out in the Colfax area. If you're listening on the Odyssey app, Twitch, YouTube Live. Tonight's the night, though, man.
Panthers win.
Panthers win. You get up 1-0 in that series. Whoo, you set yourself up nice. Very nice. But remember, this is a very talented, especially offensive talented Vegas Knights team.
Oh, Bob's gonna be peppered with shots, bro.
They're gonna come after you, Bob. I do not envy that man at all. They're gonna pepper him.
They're gonna pepper you with shots.
Keep the faith, Panthers fans. Keep the faith. It will be all right. Vlad and I, we do believe that this team has got what it takes. They're a team of destiny, and they've got a coach that is cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cannibal Lecter, man.
Clarice, is this Clarice? Hello, Clarice.
I'm not worried about Bob. I'm not worried about Russ. Like he just talks to you. He's like,
okay.
All right. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
He said it. I believe him.
The earth is flat. Yeah, you know what, Paul Maurice? I got to believe everything you say at this point in time. You've been that good. So Vlad and I are going to get out of here. We're going to get some things going for this Panthers game. Hopefully you can have a very enjoyable evening, and we'll be back to break it all down and get you ready for game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Heat and the Nuggets.
So we're going to recap game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final and get you ready for game 2 of the NBA Finals.
It's going to be a beautiful Sunday fun day right here, as it always is. This is Sports Day, noon to 4, Saturdays, Sundays on 560. For my cousin, Lemmer Louison, I am Dan Day, WQAM. Later,
fools.
The Panthers here.
The Panthers are in the